saying 3, 2, 1, which has me a little worried. Hold on.
We just have some technical
difficulties,
guys.
Because I forgot to press live.
And
3,
don't forget to take the rack back.
2, 1. Hi, everybody. Oh, no, yeah, now I'm live. Hi, everyone. It's Priya. It's Friday. That's not how I normally start, and now I'm confused.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. My name is Priya Mohan. I am the owner of Sorry Not Sorry here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. With me is Shefali.
Hey.
As I like to say, she's the better half of my brain, the younger, still functioning part of my
brain.
The
less sick half. Someone has a cold.
I have a bit of a cold today, guys. And lately, I would say that she is the holder of brain function, and I seem to be the holder of brain wisdom. So together, we make a really great pair.
Truly, yes.
And today is the last sneaky peek before our sneak peek release on Sunday, October 5th at 11 a.m. For those of you who are new to this whole sneaky peek thing, when we get a shipment in from India, we process it, make sure it meets our standards, and then we release the entire shipment on one day. We use the 2 weeks prior to that release to show you all the pieces so that when the sneak peek releases on Sunday, you can go in and purchase whatever you've already seen and have asked questions about. And it is a bit of a feeding frenzy. I have to warn you guys. Definitely check out as often as possible, because if you just kind of start putting things in your cart and then say, oh, you know what, when I'm done shopping, I'll check out, some of the pieces in your cart may have sold out in that time. Being in your cart or being in your wish list does not secure a piece for you. The only way to secure a piece and make sure you get it is to pay for it. And then I'm sure what you're asking yourself is, but then do I have to pay for shipping so many times? Yes. The answer is yes, because what we will do within 72 hours is we will combine your orders and we will refund shipping as necessary. So it is a bit of a hassle up front, but it's the best way to make sure that you get what you want. Has anybody joined us this evening?
Who do you think's joined us? All the ladies.
Friends.
So we have Morag. She said, woohoo, WABI SABI Fridays. Jacqueline Webster says, happy Friday. Michelle says, happy Friday. Corey says, hi, ladies. Oh my God, it kicked me out of the live, guys. So I have to go around. And we're going to go
using
around.
A store phone?
No, I'm using my own personal phone.
Okay,
I got too excited with my fingers. And then we have Sabina said, hi, ladies. Oh, Sabina said, warm me us in Silk Fridays. Victoria says, hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello, Victoria. Jennifer says, happy, warm October Friday, guys.
It is so beautiful out. It's beautiful. It's like I was outside doing work today and the birds are singing, but I have a tulip that has bloomed again. I don't know if any of the rest of you, but it's supposed to, isn't it supposed to only bloom once? I'm not a gardener. But in my experience, they bloom once a year.
Well, you know, global warming is a thing these days.
It's just a really excited and happy tulip.
Maybe it's passionate about its blooming.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's like, I think I have time for another bloom.
Definitely.
But I would love to hear from you if that's kind of normal or abnormal. It's definitely beautiful. I'm going to call it beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's beautiful. So, I hope you saw Morag. I'm using your cup and I'm having ginger, turmeric, and honey tea. It's delish. Thank you. Okay, things that I also need to tell you. So on Sunday, for 15 minutes prior to the release of the sneak peek, we password protect the website. And
why do you do this, Priya?
Why? Let me tell you why I do it. I do it to confuse all of you and put you into a panic. That's not what I do.
I knew it.
But that is inevitably what happens. Is somebody will message me and go, "What's the password? What's the password?" There is no password. The password, and it says there in writing underneath where it says password protected, it says this whole password thing will disappear at exactly 11 a.m. What that does is it gives me a chance to make everything available all at once before I open up the website for people to purchase. Because in the past, I used to just let it populate in. And if the piece that you wanted happened to populate first, you could kind of get in there and grab a bunch of things. So this is our way of trying to make this as equitable as possible. So my advice to you is pick your absolute favorite piece, the one that you really, 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 really want. Purchase that one first, and maybe have a little list beside you of all the pieces you want and go in and purchase them in that order. The nice thing is there is only one of each piece. So you can have a list that's like 15 pieces long, and maybe you will get your first, second, and fifth choice, and then that's it, you're done. So you don't have to worry about overspending. It's kind of like this fun way to make sure like you get to enjoy all the parts of shopping, of picking and choosing and thinking, and then you don't get to spend all the money you intended to spend, which is an interesting way to save money.
You know, with that logic, makes a lot of sense.
So much sense. Yeah.
Why don't I shop at Sorry Not Sorry for anything? I think you should run a grocery franchise for you.
So we run out of food,
and then but then I'm saving money.
Yes, yeah, it's true.
So we have a couple more comments. Everyone's really excited. Sabina just said, "Wrap me." And Jackie says, "Hey everyone." Corey says, "Sorry Not Sorry, summer nights," literally. Carolyn says, "Yes, tulips just bloom in the spring."
Yeah, I think so.
And Morag, I think to your cup comment, said, "Sweet."
So nice. I love her. And the one I use both of the ones you sent home, the one with the goat on it and the one that has the beautiful saying on it. Those are my happy mugs. Thank you, Morag.
They are joyful mugs. Yes. Mine, I am doing a bit of a bad thing. I keep your mug in my dressing room
because she's worried
in a shrine. Because it's
Mira has broken some of Shafali's things.
Yeah,
so
some of my handmade ceramic things. So that's gonna hold off. And then Andrea said, "Happy sneak peek, everyone." Corey said, "It is very equitable, actually."
Okay.
And Corey says, "Thank goodness we don't get all of our picks. We'd all be so broke."
Honestly.
And Morag said, "What color is that self pocket you have on?"
Well, that's great, because that's exactly what I was going to start talking about. This is a fuchsia with slightly bluey undertones. So if you were thinking that it would match Mandevilla, you would be kind of wrong, because you see how this has a little bit more blue and Mandevilla is a little brighter and has more white in it. But I would still call it a fuchsia. It's a digital print, and it also has orange down here and red. We have reds in here. We have some beautiful different shades of green. But I would say overall, it is multi-tones of fuchsia, but like a slightly purpley fuchsia as opposed to a pinky fuchsia.
You know what I will say? After seeing Mandevilla in person, I actually think it will match this self pocket.
I think it will coordinate, but I don't know if it'll be like a bang-on match.
I think it'll be really darn close. I find that the linen just works so well with the silk because it just kind of helps create a tone, if you know what I mean.
Well, it's because if you have a look at the silk, it's got at the linen, it's got different shades in it. And I think I've mentioned this before.
The weave, right?
Yeah, from the weave. Like when we try to do things on Canva, when we're creating some of the posts and that, we'll try to pull color directly from the photographic swatch of this. And when you zoom in to try to pick a color, you'll see that there's 20, 30 different colors that are really, really similar. It is not just one color. So that's, I think, probably why it works so well with the silk, because the silk is another fabric that, depending on the lighting and the angles, takes on different colors, and then so does the linen.
Yeah, it looks reddy pink in both of the lives. I don't know why, but it is closer to the Mandevilla. Like, I think if you wanted to pull red, you could, because there are parts of the sari that are, it's kind of like splotches, but like really pretty splotches, like, excuse me, parts of the sari are like that. That's Mandevilla. Then you have that lighter, it's almost like a rosa, but brighter.
Yeah.
And then you even have like remoulade. You have, I'm only using Bryn Walker colors.
Yeah.
Then there's
Bryn Walker labels. Yeah, like, see, that looks great. Especially because this swatch is just a smidge lighter than the actual color, because it's done on light linen. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, every season Bryn Walker comes out with a new palette of linens, and we have just finished our fall orders. These were all the colors that were in the fall order, and you cannot get these colors anymore. You can't order them. We will be getting a few of these colors in store just because everybody loved them so much. We're going to be getting more of this color, which is dandelion. We're going to be getting more of, I think actually we're getting some Echo as well, because remember how they forgot to send us some?
Yeah.
So we might be getting a top up of, that's kelp, of thyme. We're definitely getting thyme, and I think the last color we decided to get was vinaigrette. So if those are colors that you feel you missed out on, this one here, we will be getting those in store, and you can order those online right now. They just won't get in store until December. But that means you can order them. It's like the door has not closed on those yet. And then we are getting a top of I think there were 6 pieces that didn't come with our order. And then they didn't come with our second order either, the ones for the store. Yeah, so we contacted them and they're like, oh, you still wanted those? And I'm like, yeah. So those should be coming. So we'll be getting a bit of a top up there. But once everything we have in stock is gone, then that's it. The colors are done. We have to wait till next fall and hope that they do a Caspa pant again. What we are taking orders for now until the 18th, I believe, is the Grinwalker spring linen. And the first delivery comes in December. These are all the colors. And when you hear us talking about colors that match our silk, we often refer to the names of these colors because people already own them or are anticipating buying them. And so they want to know, will this piece match with Russillia?
Russillia is sort of, kind of, maybe.
Sort of. This one seems a little orangier. I feel like Jester was closer.
Jester, I think, is less. Yeah, I agree. It's less orange.
Yeah, Jester is a heavier. It's a
pinkier red.
Yes, it's a bluier red.
Yeah,
it's really
yeah.
It's hard to tell. I'm sure it's even harder to tell on camera because it's hard for us to tell in person.
It's going to be hard for them because they're telling me right now that this looks red pink, your self pocket dress, like a reddish pink, and it's more of like a fuchsia pink with elements of red in it.
This is one of those pieces, we say it all the time where people say, is it pink or red? And we say yes. This is both pink and red. If you have a look here, you're going to see more pink. If you look directly below it or over here, you're going to see more red. So because the pink and the red are so closely blended, from a distance, you just see the one color. And you'll notice that a lot when we're doing sari picking, where I'll say, oh, Anshul, that looks like it's like blue and yellow, or I'll say it looks like green.
She's like, it's teal.
It's teal.
It's sky blue.
Because then she'll come up really close and I'll see, oh, it's a small pattern that has both of those shades in it. And at a distance, your eye just reads it as one. And that's what's happening here. I think this is one of those chameleon pieces where if you paired it with pink, it would be more pink. If you paired it with red, it would be more red. I think if you also went with opposite colors, right, it would also pick up, like green would make it look more red. Now I'm counting on you guys, all my artists out there. What color do you pair with pink to make pink look like more pink? I don't know. I think it would be the same.
Would you do the complementaries?
Like do the one that's opposite on the wheel.
Yeah, so you do the complementary colors. So you would do green. Like you do gremolata.
Yeah. But then
or oregano.
But would that pick out the red or the pink?
I think it would make it more of an intense contrast. Carolyn, please answer.
Yeah, honestly, any of you artists out there, we could really enjoy.
Yes. And so I actually have a couple questions about the linen. So Corey asks, are these swatches lighter fabric than the light linen that's actually going to come in?
No, these are the actual light linen, so they should be accurate.
Okay.
The only reason they would be different is that they use different dye lots. So if it's a different dye lot, it might be slightly different.
So there's a couple comments on Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to just quickly read Margaret's comment because it was a question. Hey, Margaret, she says, what is the absolute latest we can order the spring linen? Great question.
That's a really great question. If you go into the order page, I believe we're doing...
Is it the same idea?
Yeah. October, November, December, January. I think it might even go to February.
Damn.
Yeah. Like I think we decided to go with 5, all of them. Would you be able to open it up and check?
Yes, I can.
If you just type in any one of the colors. Oh, your favorite one, Tarocco. Type in Tarocco.
I will type in Tarocco. Okay. Also, Jane, I saw that you are also purchasing Tarocco.
I saw that you bought Tarocco, and did I ever have to hear about it?
Actually, Priya was the one that brought it up. So
that's true. Actually, I said you've converted someone. Only because I'm anticipating that she will also convert me. So what I'm showing you right now, I know today is WABI SABI day. What I wanted to show you is this stack right here. I don't know if you can see it if you're on Facebook. On Instagram, there's about 15 pieces from all the different styles that we hadn't shown you guys yet. So I'm going to try to fly through those, and I'm going to fly through the ponchos. Once I'm done that, then it is all of WABI SABI, which is all of this.
So Corey said, Sorry, I mean the weight of the fabric itself, said Corey. She was wondering if the weight of the fabric is lighter than what the actual light linen is. I would say yes, personally.
No, I was wondering the same thing. It's a really good question, Corey, because I feel like the pink is really light, and so is this one. But they only work in two types of linen. They have their lightweight and their heavyweight. So they would have had to buy like additional colors.
No, but you know what? I personally don't think this is going to be exactly what the linen is going to look like when you get it, because like in terms of weight, because if you notice these samples that they've given us are actually surged. I believe that they are now making official samples for people. Like if you request it, so they're probably doing it with a lighter fabric.
So you think they're going out and buying a lighter fabric?
I think that when they test it, they must have like a batch linen that they do, and then they test the weight, and then they test how the dye is with the weight. Like this is pure speculation.
I think the answer to the question is we don't. Because what Shefali is saying makes sense in a lot of ways, that if they're testing it, they might not want to test it on something expensive.
Yes.
But I can see the opposite of that if you want to see if the color is going to look good in your chosen fabric, you would try it on your chosen fabric.
I would think like it's like steps, right?
Yeah. No.
These swatches are really thin, and when like we have light linen personally, Priya and I find that the light linen is heavier than that. So purely speculating. I don't know anything. I claim to know nothing about Bryn Walker's actual productions. Yeah, like it's not that see-through. You're getting a real scientific test here, guys.
Yeah. It feels the same, Shefali. It has the same.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
You tell me. Maybe this is a little thinner.
Oh, I see what you're saying here.
Right? It's really close.
This is slightly thinner.
Slightly thinner.
Yeah. Slight, like a smidge.
Yeah, a smidge. That's the official term for how much thinner it is.
Scientific term.
But it does feel the same.
Yeah.
Like even in terms of the texture on it feels the same. That's a really good question, Corey.
Corey, if only I had the answers for you.
Yeah, and I can ask Bryn Walker, because I think they're the only business that asks for swatches.
Really?
Nobody, because everybody else just buys for themselves. We're one of the only businesses that allows people to pre-order from the whole color collection.
Oh my God,
and that's because I personally, when I used to love Bryn Walker and not have a store of my own, there was always a color that I wanted that nobody carried. And I'm like, if I ever own my own store, I would let people choose the colors they want.
Look at you manifesting that.
Yes, I clearly manifested that.
So the winter colors were in light linen. Oh, so Corey says, I'm with you, Shefali. I'm getting Tarocco too. Team Tarocco. Corey says the winter colors were in the light linen. Those swatches are so thin, so colors could come in a little more intense compared to the winter colors.
They could, yeah. Because they are, this is exceptionally thin.
But if you're saying that sample was accurate to the linen that we have, like, I think that the color is going to be pretty close.
I would think so. And honestly, this is exactly what their
white looks like. Yeah.
It is this. I don't know, guys. I think we should trust the swatch and then be happily surprised if it turns out to be a little dark.
A good bamboozle.
Yeah. So guys, these are pieces. I just wanted to remind you guys, there are 2 cardigan waterfall sets. If you want to find them, go into the preview, and if you filter by type, there'll be one, or style, it'll say cardigan waterfall set. I could not turn the third one into a set because one piece was WABI SABI and the other one was full price. So that one you'll just have to be really quick with your fingers. Okay, so these are pieces that I haven't shown you yet from the Avtar collection. That's a vest. Oh, wait, I thought I showed this one.
I thought you showed that other vest too.
Yeah, so maybe these guys didn't know that we had already seen these?
Maybe there was 2 versions?
No, because it was a baby doll. So maybe we've seen all of these already.
You're asking the wrong girl.
This one I know we've seen.
Yes.
This one we've seen.
Maybe that one we have.
Oh no, we have not.
Yeah. So Rhonda asked, you were holding a side slit top that you put down.
Yeah,
Do you mind giving the code for that one? Because she really likes
Oh,
it. And also Rhonda said cool purple would work with showing off that pink.
I was wondering if purple would do it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I lied. Cool green.
Oh.
I also have a headache, guys.
So we're both not functioning.
Yeah, it's going to be another ADHD episode.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So this one is PRC4361, and it is a wabi sabi piece.
Got it. I think it's just we've seen the fabrics.
I don't think so.
No, those ones I think we did show. Like that one we showed.
I remember trying that on.
Because we don't ever get netting like that. It's really rare.
This is beautiful.
And it's like a really nice garden.
Soft. That's crazy.
That's a really nice proportion. Just kind of having that teal on the side.
Yeah, maybe I'll try it on. For those of you who don't know what a one shoulder dress looks like, because I think didn't I just fly through them on Tuesday?
Yeah.
I don't know that I tried any on.
You got distracted and then we had to go with the competition. There was a lot of things.
There's a lot of things. A lot of things happened. Okay. So a one shoulder dress sits so that one shoulder is covered and the other one just gets a little tiny cap sleeve almost. And it sits like this.
Shows off your best shoulder.
And your best arm. And some of our ladies will wear it with a tight fitting t-shirt if they want to keep this arm covered, which would work really well with this piece because it's got the black on the side as well.
And I really love it with your Jamie pants.
I am wearing my Jamie pants, which are on sale. They're 50% off right now. And these are my go-to summer, like moving around quickly pants. So if I'm not wearing my Casbahs, I'm wearing these.
I've actually, it's true. I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah, that is absolutely, and they're so soft. I saw that Carrie got a pair. Carrie, when you get yours, you'll have to tell everybody how soft they are because I don't know if everyone believes me. Okay, yeah, so this is what they look like. Very, very elegant. Pretty necklace.
I think that motorcycle outside also really loves this one shoulder dress.
Speaking of motorcycles, did you see that fabric from the sneak peek? The one, I don't know, you probably didn't see it. And it wasn't from the sneak peek. It was from Picking Saris. There's motorcycles on them.
Like that other one?
But even better, it's just on the borders.
Oh.
And it's all motorcycles. It's very... There we go. There's our Prue necklace. I find that the Prue kind of looks good with everything.
Yeah.
Because I think it's see-through. Okay, so let me see what else we did not look at yet.
So I'm going to read some comments while you do that. And yes, Jackie, it is a teal.
It is a teal.
Marilyn says, good evening and happy Friday to you all.
Happy Friday!
I love the way you comment, Marilyn. Deborah says, hi, ladies. Rhonda said, howdy. And Margaret had said, good Friday evening to all. And Cheryl had said, hey, ladies.
This is a waterfall.
Kay asks, can you wear the one shoulder dress as a scarf?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, this one was a high-low as well, wasn't it?
Excuse me. This one?
Yeah.
I don't remember it in high-low, but...
It was just that pattern.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
It's beautiful. So it's got greens and kind of tans in there as well. Of course, when you can see the greens and tans, you can't see the blue. Blue is the worst for that. It blanches out as soon as you get close to the camera. Can you wear this as a scarf? Yes. So actually it was Carrie who figured this out. But when you take your one shoulder dress and hold it like, sorry, that's the tag that's getting in the way there. And hold it like this, it's pretty much a square, like a French café for the Hermes scarves. And you just go like that.
Oh, bien sûr. Oui, madame. Oui.
And you put it on just like an Hermes, just like a regular square scarf.
Go back to that story where that woman didn't know she gave her friend an Hermes scarf.
Be a story she remembers forever. And then it was the lady in the store who made me realize I'd given away an Hermes. So yeah, you can totally do that. And of course, that's just one way to wear it. Then you can always wear it as a scarf.
She says, smiling through her teeth.
Like this as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah, if you want it to just be like bunchy. Excuse me.
Oh,
I drank mullein tea today. That one was thanks to, who is it who told us about mullein tea?
Desert Islands.
Islands. It's our island friend. Can't remember her name. But anyways, thank you.
She comes in. We love her.
We love her.
And we remember you every time you come in because we adore you.
Yes, and we will always thank you for the mullen tea tip.
Yes, she gave a lot of great tips, actually.
Yeah, a lot of great tips. It's just that her name escapes us at this moment. Oh, wait, ladies, I do have some bad news. There was we're still expecting 2 boxes, and they were supposed to arrive yesterday. Then we were hoping they'd arrive today. They did not arrive. So we will not be including kimono sleeve jackets and maxi caftans in this release. Those were the 2 styles that were in the boxes. So we thought we were going to have some of everything. We have some of everything but those 2 styles and the Jiva jackets.
But we have Wabi Sabi versions of those 2, or just
no.
Just like completely none of those styles. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So this is one of those ones that has people on it again. Oh, little dancers.
That's so pretty. Do a little close up here as well. Very sweet.
And this is a shrug style, so you'd see it like that at the back, and then your body would be in here.
That's beautiful. If you have the what's the color? Lupine pants.
Yeah.
Really fun.
Oh, I just saw a picture of Lisa LaBelle.
In this fabric?
A picture, yeah, of her wearing this fabric. I think she was wearing the caftan style with the one that goes up and down like this. So this one is the shrug. And I think I've shown you guys this before, but this border is all embroidery. Yeah, I've definitely shown some of these before. Oh, this is beautiful. So this is just all blue. It's a mid-tone blue. It's actually different shades of mid-tone blue. And then down here we have an ochre, and then all of those colors from the 90s, all the different earth tony shades there.
I always love these fabrics. They're so elegant.
Yeah. Well, and I like how you compare it with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's something to be said about having access to all of these colors. It's beautiful. Okay. This one, oh, we saw something else in this fabric, but it didn't have this much.
It was more of the green fabric and less of the bond.
Yeah. So this, look at that. Ooh. That's beautiful. Well, now we can see if it's real bonding.
I kind of think it is. Because it's irregular.
Right here. Yeah, it's irregular right here. So guys, this is probably stuck little toothpicky like things in, spun yarn around it, and then dyed it, and then pulled out all those threads, and then ironed it.
Probably one of your forefathers, Priya.
It could have been, because it is very much a Gujarati design. That's really pretty. So this color is a true bluey pink. And this color is a chartreuse, and it has red and green and little silver dots in it. This is just not
beautiful.
We get there. Sure. That's the plan.
And we've already done our spiel about Bryn Walker, but I will remind you guys that these are the dates that we have for the Bryn Walker when you order versus when it arrives. So if you order by Thursday, October 16th, which is next 2026, if you order by Tuesday, November 18th, you will get your beautiful linen pieces by February 15th. And if you order by Wednesday on my birthday, December 17th, then you will get your items by March 15th of 2026. If you order by Friday, January 16, 2026, you will get your if you order by Tuesday, February 17th, which is the day after my dad's birthday, then you will get your items by May 15th, 2026.
So believe it or not, the color is not showing up accurately on this, no matter how far I go back. It's coming out as more of a bright plum, and it's actually a deep plum. Is it showing up on both cameras as a lighter color?
It's showing up actually better on the Facebook YouTube stream, more color accurately. I feel like it's still too light. And I think it's because we have like pretty intense lights, but also it's very warm. It's a lot warmer than some of the aubergine that we've seen. And it has these little, that's closer. What colors are
The muddy, dusky coral.
it's reading like a camel cream.
It's not.
From a distance, yeah.
Oh, she's beautiful. And she is WABI SABI.
Ooh. And Michelle said that Versatile Vest has a boxy baby doll.
Oh, this is pretty.
By the way, this gray blue top is showing up.
Can you pull it up here? See for
I will pull it up.
Thank you.
There might be a tutorial of how to use Shopify in the seconds.
It's definitely from the selection. Does it say preview at the front of the name?
It says sold out rather than preview.
In front of the name?
Yeah. The audio on Facebook is really cutting in and out. Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's the vendor?
Just give me one moment. I'm not sure why. Okay. Give me 1 second, ladies. One thing at a time. So we'll go to PRC. Four, 3, 6, 1.
This is beautiful. This is Mandevilla.
Ooh, wow. It's a one shoulder dress. I think you have to try that one on. It's so pretty. And the vendor for this piece is October 2020.
Okay. So can you replace the word sold out with preview?
It's not showing up in the title as
can you go down into tags and type in the word preview?
And it will do the same thing.
And make sure that it says good to go October 2025.
Yep.
Okay, and then just add the word preview in the tags.
Yep, and save.
And save. And then I think.
Okay. Thanks, Rhonda.
Thanks, Rhonda. So I did run. I did run what I needed to run, or did I? Could you please go into Hext and bulk edit while I try this on? And we're gonna do the same thing we did last time. Most of these guys are like it's gray and black, but the gray is ever so slightly green.
It's funny, guys. I'm watching back the live stream, and it's not cutting out. So it might just be the internet. I'm really sorry. Let me see what's happening. Because this is on the right audio. Okay, much better reception here. YouTube is very choppy and sound was cutting up. Yeah, I don't know why that's happening, guys.
It's beautiful. So the thing to know here is that this is a greeny gray. It's not like a crisp gray. It's a warm gray, almost like a great sage. I think we're going to be making this one WABI SABI, guys. This armhole is a little small.
Oh no, Morag. Okay. Jan,
no.
That's awful. And today I was trying to figure out a way to add the new number. It doesn't seem possible. My other cards were no longer listed when I was playing around with the website.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
That really sucks.
Much better over here.
Girlfriend's card. Oh, but they're not letting any cards go through. That's really strange. This is How's it going over there?
I'm just trying to see what the issue is. I think what's happening is when it's being picked up on the live, it's not coming across well. A double whammy. But when I'm watching the live stream, it's recording everything. And like I can literally hear myself.
That's okay. We can only do the best we can.
I know. I'm so sorry, guys. What color Casbahs are you wearing? Says Jane.
I am actually wearing the I was literally wearing these all day. And then I was like, oh, time to go do the live. Okay, I'm just trying something fun here. Seeing as we have two of the same.
Oh, there were no cards saved when I tried checking out. Oh no. Ladies, check and see if it's only me. Oh, for the website. She's saying that she wasn't able to save any cards. I don't know if that's a website issue or if that's if you are also experiencing this issue. Because generally credit cards are saved on your Chrome profile, right? It's not
or sometimes in shop.
Oh, in shop app.
The shop app. Shop
okay. More, I won't let you add a new card. Gary says, hi ladies, just joining now. Such beautiful pieces this month. Wow. And Corey says, these are the tinsel pants. There's no way to add it unless I actually make a purchase. Crazy.
That is crazy.
And Mandevilla would look great with that. I agree.
Yes. Ooh, look at that. Belle of the ball. And this silk is really soft as well, guys. Like I know I'm layering a lot of this leopard print with roses because there are two of these. And how often do we get to see two of the same piece in a fabulous fabric? How's that?
So sweet.
Right?
Love it.
Okay, I kind of love this too. So I'm just wearing two vests, one of them as a top and the other one as a vest on top of the other vest. It's neat.
Oh, Rhonda, you're paint by numbers, Callie.
Oh!
Um,
Now we know.
that you edit.
There's something funny going on with this camera that I seem to always be off screen.
It's moving. It's moving this way.
Is it?
I think so. Like it needs to be.
Okay, well now I'm centered. Am I centered in the other one?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
All right, guys, just one more. And then I will be showing you the WABI SABI. Sorry. Last one. Oh wait, what are these?
Oh, I see what's happening. It keeps doing this like jumpy thing, but I feel like that's a live stream. Like something is happening with the actual live streaming. Gone on the computer, right? When I first connected the camera. StreamYard is.
I think it's that cable.
No.
For sure, it's not that cable.
I don't use this cable for anything.
Okay. Yeah, it looks StreamYard got an update, and that's why I was
growing up
trouble with the picking saris as well. Stopping for beverage break.
Heather said double vesting for the win. And Rhonda says pretty yuppers.
These are self-pocket dresses that you may not have seen. These were the ones that were mispriced, that they were more expensive than they should have been. And I have adjusted that, and they are now the right price, and we don't know why they were more expensive. Like, it's kind of crazy, because we don't know where those numbers came from. This one's beautiful. Look at this black and red one.
Wow.
Right down the front. That is stunning. A pair of black pants.
So, Morag, I'm just doing a bit of research, but what it seems like is that if you have a shop app account, then it will save your credit card information for any Shopify website that you purchase on. Because from what I understand, we don't add credit cards onto the Sorry Not Sorry website. It's just not.
We don't have any access to that information.
Yeah.
If it was getting saved, it was getting saved through the shop app.
Yeah.
Through Shop Pay.
Or through Chrome. So because it seems like that's what was happening with Morag, because she said it was something where she could just log on to the website and then she saw her card there. Shopify stores, which will save their address and credit card information, and it lets them also track their packages in the easy use of one app.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, I love this poncho.
This poncho too. So, and that's the cool thing about the shop app is you can let it track your mail, so that if you get any kind of a notification in your mail saying that something has shipped, it automatically adds it into its tracking of things that are being shipped. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, we're gonna do a quick look at the ponchos.
We're gagging over.
It's satin, guys. It is so fabulous satin.
It's so sparkly.
And it has what are those called? Like Swarovski crystals? Yeah,
the diamantes.
Yeah, outlining the flowers there. I don't know if they're showing up.
Oh, they're definitely showing up.
The color it's accurate there. That's what it looks like on that side.
Where it's like, I'm totally weirded out. I don't know the difference between what you're saying.
You can pay with PayPal and you can pay with e-transfer. Shop Pay is another way of paying. Only for Shop Pay, it kind of just makes you sign up into Shop Pay.
But it's for mainly Shop.
But it is, I think it is only for Shop Pay.
Yeah.
Any
especially businesses like ours.
Yes, and it's a Canadian company.
Yes, it is. They had a giant office in Waterloo.
They also have a giant office in Toronto. With a slide, I heard.
Like a McDonald's slide.
Yeah, like from the second floor to the first floor. I guess they want their employees to have fun.
Oh my God, it's like the Parks and Rec, what's it called? The internet company that comes into Pawnee Grizzle.
I love this one. Excuse me. Excuse me.
I can tell you love it. The cough was extra passionate.
Okay, I'm not as sick as I could be.
Mixing all sickness.
And especially because you were sick, and wasn't Mira sick as well? Like there were a bunch of you.
She was only sick for like a day. Yeah, I was sick for
any of
them. Yeah, you survived all of them.
I did survive, and then I got this. So this is one of my favorite shades of green. It's a Kelly green with red and purple. It is, and sky blue. Red, purple, and sky blue. I cannot tell you how much I love this, and it's really, really sweet.
You know the mustard cube Ziska? You should add that as an accessory.
So it's so hard to do these because of all the like tags. Oh, the silly tags.
I love a challenge. Michelle said that color.
This color.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's very unusual. We don't usually get like a Kelly leaf green like this.
No, it's very unusual.
Oh my God, Priya, you look so sweet.
Is there a reason why you can't have more than one?
Oh, kind of like braids.
I like them.
Like what's it called? Lock jewelry?
Yeah.
Sorry,
so I figured out the trick that you have to hold all of these out of the way.
Oh, that's adorable.
Ponytail.
And then if you had longer hair, you could do like an Indian French braid. Yeah.
That's cute, actually.
That's adorable.
That is adorable. And then maybe one of these necklaces.
You should do the one with all the tags.
The one with all the tags. This one has yellow and red in it.
And green.
Green. That's cute. That's really sweet.
Wow, Priya. Imagine teaching a high school class.
So yesterday Shivali came over, and while we were working, we were watching the Gilmore Girls.
Yes.
Yes.
You're gonna tell this story? Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Shivali says, you know, because I know what I said. I said, you know, that Lorelai,
she's annoying.
She is so annoying. She just talks and talks and talks and talks and talks. Shefali goes, Amira says she reminds us of you. Kind of true. And I'm like, I do talk a lot. It was actually really funny because I never thought of myself that way. But okay, here's the I didn't think about it all night and all day. That was
what was funnier is that Goat ended up going, oh, you're totally like Lorelai.
I know. And he's right. Because what he said was, you get an idea in your head and it's something that you're thinking about. And then you just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk about it until you're done processing it.
Yeah.
He's right. And this is what people are saying about it. It's really got me thinking about like this and this. And actually, now that I'm doing this, I totally hear my mom. That is what my mom does too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It runs in the family.
And you know what's funnier is like I've been in moments with Priya where we're doing something completely different. Has nothing to do with this previous discussion. Or I go, you know, I was so thinking about what you said that one time. And how it reminded me of this other time.
Yeah. So I do my processing a little after the fact, and then I have thoughts, and then of course I need to share the thoughts. But I was thinking that's partially from being a teacher, because you're so used to standing in front of a room full of people going blah 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 blah, and you're talking so much. This is not a normal thing, unless you're a teacher. That is totally normal.
Or a live streamer.
Or a live streamer, of which I'm both. Right. I noticed that when I answer questions in class, I don't shut the hell up. And like, that's a problem. So yesterday, we had a lecture. It was about like vertical, like integrations of how companies can getting competencies for like, oh, you know, I do this vertical integration when I buy in different companies to be a part of my business so that I can expand it. So it was about Netflix. And we had talked about Netflix a couple times, but it was this whole idea of like, okay, does Netflix need to buy, borrow, or build? Does Netflix build its own in-house teams? Does it buy in teams? Does it borrow teams? And I am the only person, I think, in that class who actually has experience in the entertainment industry. So I kind of said I raised my hands. My person and I were talking to when I spent most of the time talking. I believe that. So you have to talk with your partner first.
Oh, of course.
And then you and just turn it straight to the point.
This was another funnier thing, is that I was telling Priya last night that this guy, he happened to be in another class of mine, and he did a presentation about Hot Wheels, and the presentation was really good.
Are you going to share this story? Yeah. Okay, this one's cute.
And so, because I don't care. If I like something that you did, I'll just tell you. I forget that that's what flirting is.
For those of you who didn't hear that, she said, I forget that
that's what flirting is. So I like say to him, oh, you're that guy who did that Hot Wheels presentation with your group. And he was like, yeah. And I said, it was my job. You did it really well. And then I tried to continue walking to the elevator, and he's coming up and he's like, so what's your name? You're a full-time student. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like this and this and this. All right, anyway, see you in class. And then we get into the class. I'm a few minutes late because I had to park. And I try to find a seat for my friend and I, but then I realized there's no seats up top, so I have to sit in the second row. And I go to sit in the second row, and I think, okay, great, there's a seat to my.
Shefali has to watch out because unknowingly her kindness at her age is being mistaken for flirtatiousness. Shefali, you're so coy.
It is coy. When I actually like think someone's really cute, I instantly get shy and I go, I don't like cute anyway.
So yeah. With that tie-dye, the
Jaipur
Shibori tie-dye, and then we have this fabulous different shades of pink and what's that color? Vinaigrette down there, and it is not itchy. So yeah, So I've been thinking all day, am I really like Lorelai? Because I don't like Lorelai on Gilmore Girls, which is so annoying.
It's so funny to Mira and I, because okay, I think I'm a lot like Laura. When you see this episode where she's talking to Rory, it was about like, I think when Rory like first like likes a boy and then doesn't want to go to Chilton and stuff, and the way she's just constantly going after Rory and stuff. And Mira turns yeah, literally, and Mira turns to me and she's like, she's so much like my mom.
I hate that that's true, guys. I say that annoying habit. Can it? Maybe there are some people who don't like Lorelai, but then there are other people who do. So it's okay to be different and talk too much. Literally. Yeah.
So anyways, when I answered this question in the class about like how Netflix can like, you know, do its future planning, I was like, well, you know, it can actually go like this and this and this. And if you think about it, because a company needs to have multiple genres of movies, and I'm like saying is that, you know, they need to be open to things. And I said, well, you know, it really depends on the nature of the business.
So I was just you and the prof for hours.
Basically having like a 10-minute conversation, and I see some guys in the class that know that I'm like this. They're kind of looking at me and they're whispering to each other and they're laughing because they know, oh, Shefali really likes to act like she's very smart.
Well, it wasn't. I was just giving honest opinion, and you're passionate about it. And okay, so when we went to Niagara on the Lake, there are things that I'm passionate about. I will spend a really long time looking at a doorknob or a chair.
True.
And I'll be like, look at that chair. Just look at the curves on that chair. And I think everybody must be equally appreciative of that chair.
The face in the chair. Yeah.
I'm all over it. And I'm passionate about it, explaining it. And I literally think everybody must be this excited about it because it is so exciting. So cut to, we get into the apothecary. Now, I am not a science girl. I like apothecary. There were things in that apothecary that really did resonate with me. Shefali, I think, could have spent the whole day talking about the medicines and the transformation in medicines and the scientific principles. And, you know, those principles were also in Sri Lanka when we did blah, blah, blah. And she's going on and on, and she is as passionate about the apothecary as I am about the chairs.
Or about the hand-painted work in the bathroom at the Prince of Wales Hotel. Yeah.
I have to point out the hand painting in the bathroom. And I'm like, this is what it feels like when people listen to me. That here I am, all like, they're like, it's a jar. It's just a jar.
Basically, the lovely woman, who is the woman?
Oh, I know her name.
We know her name.
Oh, don't.
Andrea.
No.
I thought it was an Andrea.
It's not. Shoot.
She is a sorry, not sorry customer. The curator of the apothecary. I swear it's Andrea.
It's not Andrea.
Maggie?
No. The name is on the freaking tip of my tongue. And I tagged her in the post. Like, I just don't remember her name.
I'm trying.
You're gonna find the name and then you're gonna go so and so. I'm like, exactly.
So we have lots of comments as well. I am just, guys, why is it so hard to go to our own swap and sell page? I am literally struggling.
Oh, it's in menu under sale.
Got it. So lots of comments.
Oh, this one's so soft as well.
Corey said there was a ding. She said, just order the Troco. It worked for me. I heard the bell ring. And Michelle said, or some people talk incessantly when they feel anxious. That's happened to me a few times.
And that's what what's her name does, Lorelai. She said, well, like too many words, Lorelai. Just get to the point.
And so it's situation specific, also the fear of silence. Mark said, I'm the same, Shefali. I'm openly friendly as long as I'm not interested. Guys, the second that I thought he was flirting, I instantly kind of like shut off and just stared at my computer. Morak said, I've never seen Gilmore Girls. Jackie said, depends on what you have to say. Sabina said, my mom is extremely talkative. She has a lot to say.
She is
so fast.
So much.
Probably challenging was if one was to actually spend time with her.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. And
Morak said, never stop being passionate. Margaret says, agreed. I'm like that with cooking and arts and all kinds of other things. LOL. Oh, cooking, same. And art as well. We do have fun art conversations. Oh my god, that's so sweet.
Oh god. I was thinking time.
Definitely time. Definitely Demoiselle.
Okay, keep going. I really need to know the name of that person who we met because tip of my tongue.
It's pertinent to our story.
It is.
And Rhonda says the tip of your tongue is in your third eye. Hell yeah. Looks good.
Beautiful. Give me the first name because then as soon as you give me the first name, I'll remember all of it.
I'm looking. I'm scrolling.
Actually, better with Tarocco than with time. Time washes it a little. Cute face.
Starts with an H.
Heather.
Arnott.
Yeah.
Heather. So a big shout out to you, Heather. You were so sweet. And so she's
equally passionate.
She's a pharmacist by profession.
Yes.
and so she is the curator for the pharmacy currently. And it was so interesting because like I was telling Priya that so he told me as a kid in the 60s and 70s, they had
everything I'm showing you now is WABI SABI.
Everything is WABI SABI. Ooh.
I'll have to try
that one. You should try.
So your father,
so his parents would bring home those giant bottles, and obviously, like it's Sri Lanka in the 60s, there's not a lot of regulations. So, like there would just be like a bunch of medical bottles like that all over the house, and they would treat the kids in the village. So I was telling Priya these stories, and I was talking about like kind of how that shaped the way medicine is created. And then I saw something that was very interesting, which was bloodletting tools.
Oh, those were cool.
Yeah. And so she took one out and showed us a bloodletting tool that basically you just spin it.
It was like a cube thing.
Yeah.
Because it just went and
just slides. Yeah.
In so many places. One wrong move, you'd be dead.
But they didn't know that.
What if your blood didn't coagulate fast enough?
Well, they didn't know that, right?
Oh.
Like imagine they did that to a redhead like Corey. And as Corey has explained to me, she's more predisposed to, I believe, blood clotting or
not
clotting, I believe. So yeah.
This one's really soft, guys. Soft as silk. So yes, I really got to be on the other end of seeing something. So because Shefali's a lot like me. So it's like there are things that you love about yourself, and then there are things where you're like, oh, that's a problem.
You're like, God.
Yeah, I'm doing that thing again where I'm like when Lorelai was talking to Rory about how Rory kissed a boy, and Lorelai is like, I'm fine with it. I'm fine.
That's so you, Priya.
That's so mean. So mean.
We call it I think our girls call it the crazy eyes. Yeah. Oh, she's a bleeder, no clotting. Yes. Are those ponchos wabi? So the ones that we showed in the beginning, no, they're not.
No, everything from where I said everything from now on is wabi. That's where the wabi starts, and there are no ponchos that are wabi that are designated wabi. We'd have to check that, but it looks like they may have just sent their full price ones because they still have to do the videos of the wabi sabi. This is beautiful.
Wow.
Look at the colors.
Very rare. I have.
So this is like a salmon.
A rosy salmon.
A rosy salmon.
It's a warmer, dusty rose.
Yes.
That's a mid-tone.
It's a mid-tone dusty rose.
Oh, that's why. There's the brand tag. It's right on the front.
Where
is that not the brand tag on the front?
I don't think so. That?
No. In the very front. No. Other side. On top of the flower.
I'm looking, Shefali. Where?
Literally on top of the flower. Is that not a word? And then there's a barcode underneath?
No. Maybe? but if it is, you can't tell.
It looks cool.
It does look, no, it's on this side too. I think that's just part of the pattern.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful polka dots, though, reds, blacks, and then this very, very warm pink.
Rhonda said, if you were passionate, I don't think you'd be a business owner. Dale said, I need more anesthesia, also a redhead. And
so I've been watching this show on Netflix called The House of Guinness. And honestly, the redheads in that show are so freaking beautiful. What, like, the coloring of a red-haired person, especially with those green eyes and that rich, heavy hair.
Like the very intense red. The auburn red, yeah.
And all the redheads are wearing green with red, and they look like a Renaissance painting. Each one of them.
Their costuming is excellent. I watched an episode with Priya and Go, and it was so nice to watch.
Yeah, it really is. But honestly, like, that is...
Oh!
Look at that piece. That's beautiful.
That would be nice with the Jamie.
Yeah, that would be really nice. So it's got a sky blue in it. It's got lots of blues. This is honeycomb, black, red. That's
so beautiful.
So pretty.
Please buy this, guys.
It's got a ribbon on the bottom too. And WABI SABI to boot.
Sabina said, I love redheads.
Honestly, and the first time, so when my kids were little, as all little kids do, my kids got lice. And so I had to
I also had lice as a child.
Everybody does. It's a rite of passage. So I got really good because I have 3 girls with thick hair at finding the lice, getting them out. Like, I had it down to an art. I had like sheets that I would put on the ground and a bright light and a comb, and like I did all having lice.
Impressive.
Yeah, no, there was no freaking way I was going to stay at it. And I was like the person who knew. I knew the life cycle of a louse. I knew like what phase of life it would be. Like, I learned everything. So anyways, I'm helping this one mom, and she's like, do you mind checking my daughter's hair? Like, I don't think she does, but she's always scratching. I was like, yeah, no problem. So she was a redhead. And it was so strange, guys, because I've only ever really gotten my fingers deep into dark somebody's hair who was like not a dark haired person. I didn't realize this. For redheads, each of their strands is a different color. Did you know that?
Oh, that does make sense, actually.
Like, some are kind of brownish, some are kind of blonde, and some are kind of red. And they're all different coming out of the same scalp. So I've never seen that before.
So actually brown, and only certain black hair is very black. It's usually a brown that looks more red in the sun.
Yeah.
So if you look at the individual hairs, they're not going to be exactly the same tone, but I think that's more obvious because it's a red color.
Yeah, and I think that's why you're right, because when I was young, and especially going out in the sun, people used to think I had it in my hair because some of my hair would turn burgundy.
The end of my hair by the end of the summer was a light brown.
Yeah.
It was funny. Like, Crystal was like, whoa.
Honestly, I was so impressed. I felt like I was looking at a miracle of nature. Like, how does that one scalp come with all of those colors? It's very impressive.
And Morag said, I feel like this about Corey. I can't wait to meet you in person. You have such beautiful colorings and features.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
she does.
Okay, Corey is very pretty.
I had a feeling this would look amazing together, and she does.
She does. We had a poncho in the WABI section.
In the WABI, we may still have it. Like, as soon as I saw this isn't a color I would normally wear, but I just love how it looks with the time.
I too am a fan of this fabric. I think I even did a reel about it because I don't know why. Something about it spoke to me.
Yeah, there is something really beautiful about it.
Heather said, no head lice, was let me know when you're coming down and we can do lunch and shop. Sorry, not sorry. Rhonda said, I've never had lice, but then again, I had a mom who was a teacher, so maybe she was really good at preventing.
Maybe.
And Corey said, yes, that's true, Priya. That's why you can't get good red hair out of a bottle.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
And Morag says, yes, indeed, Corey. I think July in person swap will be my next time up.
Okay, we have to start planning.
Yeah.
See how hard. Okay, so that was all of the sculptural tunic dresses. I do need to go get more beverage.
I will also come in person for a moment. Guys, you've been warned. I was.
It's okay. I'm just gonna be a minute falling. It's just my throat is getting.
Oh, I see what's happening.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm good. I'm back.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I can go up. Sure. Okay. No, I got it. All right. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Just my throat's so dry from this cold. I'm back. Okay, so the next style that I'm going to show you the wabi sabi pieces are the one chamber dresses.
All right.
Okay, and there are about. Oh, they're beautiful. I will have to show them to you on this time. Time is it, by the way?
It's 9:05.
You're doing okay. This is really. Ooh, that is just summer fun. Bathing suit cover.
It's really sweet.
Bathing suit cover up.
Yes, like you drew it yourself.
Yeah, it is like I drew it myself. It really is. Is that no? No, it's a full print. It's really soft. It's just a print. Great colors though.
It looks like it's on the backside.
I don't think I've ever gotten through a fall without getting sick. I think that's just like a thing.
When I used to consume more cannabis, I say with my eyes left and right, I'm not sure. I heard that I've seen some studies about it, but I don't know if that's changed, like with long-term consumption.
You think it would make your lungs less able to fight off infection because you're introducing this.
I had like a Rastafarian guy once tell me that it's because all the resin from the weed gets
into your
it
nose.
builds up so that all the germs
gets I don't know if that's true. I feel like we need to check with the doctor on that one. The resin from the resin.
Well, because your nostrils act as that already, right? So if you add a bunch of resin,
a Rastafarian told you that?
Of course, a Rastafarian told me that.
This is stunning. I would wear this with my periwinkle.
Corey said there's a lot of flu colds out there right now. Lots of people are not well.
Yeah.
Including Priya.
But I usually get hit a lot worse than this. I usually get like a full body need to sleep for 4 days.
Yeah, otherwise it'd be me up there.
Yeah. No,
this one also goes really well with the earrings that you're wearing.
Right, and I'm wearing these beautiful Prue earrings.
The orange color?
No, the yellow ones.
Those are the yellow ones? They don't look like the yellow ones.
They are yellow though. It doesn't even come in orange. It comes in blue, yellow, green, red, purple.
Wow, they look so.
I love them.
From this area, they look so orange.
Well, they're like a mustardy yellow.
Oh.
I do. I love these earrings. Like, you know how I always wear my red ones? My red little balls.
Oh, yeah.
I could see these becoming like those red little balls.
Where'd you get the red little balls?
Niagara on the Lake. Nope. Blue Mountain. Probably. How old is Mira now?
25. 25. Yeah, 25.
But yeah, and they're still my favorite.
Maybe your immunity is weaker with weed usage. No, my immunity is stronger with weed usage because I never got sick. But I also think I have pretty good immunity, like genetically.
Yeah, I think she does too. She's able to function even when she's sick. It doesn't knock her right out.
No, I've only got knocked out once. It was so bad, like I couldn't stop coughing for a long time.
This is very pretty.
Or maybe when you're maybe that's probably why I was socializing a bit different. But I actually was meeting more people then. I feel like nowadays I'm very much.
So guys, Shefali is available again and on the market. And I said that the best people to tell would be you ladies because you've been meeting some boys. So I'm just putting that out there. Putting that out there, guys. One of her friends is going to set her up on a blind date.
You can say who.
Hema. Hema, who just started working.
Basically my assistant.
Yeah, he is Shefali's assistant with marketing. And he was like, Shefali, would it be okay if I set you up on a blind date? So Shefali asked me yesterday, and I was like, well, I think I would like to know a little bit more about the person before I said,
I know. I was talking to my agree if you don't really care, because I was like, because I don't care. It's kind of like a roller coaster that
it's a ride.
Yeah.
Either way, okay, look at it with the green. I would definitely pair it with the green or gala. So lacewing or gala. What did the lady say?
Jackie just said OMG, and Sabina just said whoa. Shefali is available.
Shefali is available. That girl is back on the market.
It's a slow moving market. That's what I'll say.
The problem that Shefali is experiencing is that she is very mature and on that journey towards maturity.
Especially when they're older than me.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
That one really is. That one looks like an Hermes scarf.
It does look like an Hermes scarf.
Because look at the border that's on the side as well. It's very sweet.
It's very, very, very detailed. Beautiful, rich colors.
Yes, surprises do make life fabulous.
So maybe next time we see everybody, you'll have to tell us. This poor guy is going to get his whole story told.
That's okay. It's not like they're watching. Morag said a strong woman needs a secure man, and you know that the most, Morag, truly. Yeah. And Heather says it's buyer.
So true. Telling Shefali yesterday, and actually it was kind of funny because my husband was in the room, and I was basically trashing. Did you hear that I was doing that? Okay, so what I said was that a very strong and capable woman can do an awful lot on her own. Really. Given the opportunity, she's going to figure everything out. She's going to get everything done. She's going to meet her goals, see her dreams come true. So what is the purpose of the man? And I said, he needs to provide safety. He needs to create that safe space for you. From being in the aura of all the things that you can create, whether it's a family or a home or a business or even just a loving environment. That's what they get out of it, for just being a safe space. And to find a man who is emotionally mature enough to be a safe space without making it about him or about his imaginary needs.
It's been very hard for me, guys.
Yeah. And that's very not to say that men are not allowed to be weak and, not the weak is a bad word. Vulnerable. Men can be vulnerable and should be vulnerable in a very mature way. It's easy to show up like a screaming little kid. What takes effort is to say, screaming little child, I'm going to just pat you on the head and calm you down, and then I'm going to have an adult conversation with this person beside me. And I don't think that's something, and that's one of the things I said to Shefali. I'm like, guys don't practice doing that with other guys, and so they have very low skill levels at it, and that's why you're having so much trouble finding someone who has that skill. And, when I look back at myself, it was kind of taken for granted that women would bring a certain level of maturity into a relationship, except guys had also had roles. Like, it was a lot more cut and dry, but now what's being asked for of men is a lot more emotional growth. It's not just, will you go to work every day? That's a big shift for men.
It is. And I find, I think the problem I'm having is that a lot of also men my age, they don't want to be with somebody who has a lot of complexity to them, because they also don't want to do the hard work. They want somebody who's easy and somebody who looks good and somebody who superficially meets all the needs of what their function should be, because they themselves haven't gone on that journey. And so, not to say that the guy friends I have in my life, I love how simple that is, not gonna lie.
Beautiful.
Not to say that the guy friends in my life haven't tried really hard to be on that journey, but I also think that thing that they've said to me, because I'm in their life, and they've told me, I had to ask myself if it was worth it for me to continue this friendship with you because you demand me to show up in a different way. And I had to ask myself if it was worth it to do that. And it is. So that's why I am choosing to to show up in this relationship in a different way. And this is just my guy friends.
Yeah.
But when it comes to my romantic partner, like I've just not been able to find that very successfully. Not to say that, there isn't love or care or deep appreciation.
I think it's that you're looking for perfection. I think
No,
you're looking for the ability to learn and grow.
Pencil pants fit compared to the Bryn, i.e. what size works for you?
I am wearing a large, the same as I would wear in the Bryn.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say whatever you wear in the Bryn Walker, you would enjoy in the Jamie Pencil pants. And I cannot overstate how comfortable they are. They're not, they look like a denim. It's hard to explain. They have a weightiness to them that makes them almost feel like they could be a really soft denim, but they feel like I can't even describe how soft and comfortable they feel. How would you describe this?
I think that tencel is like, it's like velvet. It's like a less textured velvet.
Yeah, it feels like velvet. It's soft like a velvet and cool like a velvet, but without being nubbly.
Mm-hmm. Nubbly, yeah. Or like kind of like furry. Like, you know how velvet is in between fur and not? Yeah. There's a couple comments. Rhonda said, agreed and have fun. Jackie said, fab or arg. And not sure about what. I don't remember. Let me know, Jackie. And Morag said, yes. Corey said, lol, I tell my husband that all the time. Carrie says, yes, my husband is my biggest fan. He's my safe harbor and carves out the space for me to grow and thrive. Jackie says, but don't you want an interesting, capable, fun man?
Do. I do too. Interesting, capable, fun, and given my childhood, a safe haven. That for me is really high on my list because I feel like things weren't all that safe when I was growing up emotionally. And I would think that the same for you.
Oh, majorly.
Yeah, I think if you had a super safe, grounded childhood, maybe that wouldn't be as high on your priority list.
Well, because I think you would always have a safe space to go back to.
Yeah.
I unfortunately had to learn that's how to figure out what that safe space was for me in adulthood.
And you also learn how to carve out your own safe space.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, that just ends up happening. But it's nice when your partner, male or female, is competent and a cheerleader.
Oh, is my blind date fab or arg? You know what? It's a step. He seems like a very stand-up guy, but I don't think it's really gonna lead to anywhere.
You don't know.
I mean, he's like younger than me, and
he's younger than you.
I think he lives. I think he lives at home, and I am just not. You know what it is? I noticed that a lot of people in their 20s right now are in two different, not that there are two distinct phases only, but there are two phases. One is that they are an adult and they have certain independence, like independent actions or independence, but they all have independent lives. So there are certain perspectives that they have that they just don't have because they don't go through those things. And I have found major disconnect in the past, realizing that, I'm just not that kind of person anymore. I had way past to reconnect with me.
That was funny, guys.
It was funny. He was very good looking.
He sent her a gym shot. I don't know if we talked about it.
No, we didn't.
So this is the picture she shows me. She goes, this guy got in touch with me again. He's at the gym. He's got his pants pulled down, like even just a centimeter more.
Yeah.
And it would have shown things that should not be on camera. And then it's all like abs pointing in. So many abs.
And he had those abs.
So many abs.
And we dated like 6 or 7 years ago for like maybe 3 months.
I have to stop you for 1 second. If you are somebody who likes Italian brands or likes to wear black, this looks like a Sarah Puccini fabric. It's black and anthracite. So like a charcoal gray with a little bit of a bluey undertone. So if you paired this with a black skirt, a black long jacket, it would fit right into that look. Yeah, so if that's your vibe, this is your top.
And Heather just asked, what color is that polka dot? Gray or purple?
The polka dot is like a gray, purple, blue. It's all three.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, the perfect black top. Minimalist, modern, European looking.
Italiano.
Okay, keep going on here. About the boy. Tell me stories about the boy.
No, there's no stories. But I just kind of noticed with having this conversation with him, like, yeah, he was nice, he was sweet, but he kind of also like only really remembered who I was in the past, and he really liked that. So he thought it kind of was very, like, I was for a bit caught up in the fact that I had reconnected with somebody new that I had known so long ago. So it was exciting. But at the same time, I came to the conclusion after we had one phone call that
he was so child.
He had nothing, like, he had his own journey to go on with living his own independent life and having interesting conversations and perspectives and, learning how to have his own life. And I could tell that he hadn't gone through that. So it was hard for me to connect with him on that way, which was different because I feel like, formally with who I was with, they had enough of that going on, and we also had similar interests that there were so many ways that we could connect, and we still do, because I'm using a lot of lessons this time around to learn how to be very mature in dealing with these situations, because we also are doing like business things together. So I am learning a lot of lessons in this, but that's okay. I also realized that there are certain things that I need to have, and I don't know if I'm able to have those
things. Non-negotiable.
Yeah.
And I think that, we all have them. And I think that goes back to what you were saying, like, is somebody who is impulsive and full of life and a great sense of humor, is that your non-negotiable? Maybe. Is safety your non-negotiable? Maybe. I think we all have different things in relationships. Fulfill this need within me, and then I also will fulfill needs, but this is the one thing that I need back from my friends. This is beautiful too.
Yeah, so I think I have a pretty fulfilling life. It's going to take a lot for me to actually find someone that I'm willing to put effort into, because like I have Sorry Not Sorry, I have like my music promotion stuff on the side. That's so different. So that's got it's not Demoiselle, it's too green.
No, this is not Demoiselle. This maybe Orta, maybe.
I think it's lighter than Orta. It's way too green for Orta.
That could be Orta.
Maybe.
And that is not lupine. That's the brighter.
Too bright. Verbena?
It could be verbena. This is definitely vinaigrette.
Jacqueline Webster says, my husband and I met and married in university. We grew up together and weathered my storms in life. We've been married for 52 years and he's always been my champion. Aw, spoils me and is my helpmate.
That's really nice. They're out there, Shefali, and it does take that kind of growth. So Shefali was asking us yesterday, how did we meet? And, what was it? Well, when I first met Goat, we were at law school. And I saw him across a crowded dance floor, and all of my girlfriends who were in first year of law with me were like, oh my God, that boy, he's looking at you. And I looked over and I'm like, I've seen better. But I had just come out of a relationship and I was just like determined not to get into one again. And then he was so sweet because he came up to me and he didn't use any of the lines that I had already heard coming from Toronto. He said, I used to be a tour guide for Ottawa. So urgent. Oh my God, this guy is so sweet.
It was so earnest.
So sweet.
But like knowing Goat, like that's just how he is.
He is sweet. But we've had to go through a lot of learning together. And Shefali and I was saying to her, like, if I had the wherewithal at your age, if I had as much wherewithal at your age
that you do now, like if you had the wherewithal that you had now at my age.
No, if I were as smart as you when I was your age.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean to say. I probably would not have ended up with my husband because we both had a lot of growing to do, but I was definitely ahead of him. Just because I was someone who put myself out there more. So I'd had more opportunities to fail, right? Whereas he had, he kind of following
Structure.
path, and he had a very structured path, and it was difficult. He was just plodding along on this route without reflection, whereas I had so many things that happened to me that had caused me to reflect and reflect and reflect.
And that's what's happened to me.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if I had judged him by the standard of, is he as mature as I am, he would have come up short. But now, 35 years later, yeah, he's caught up. He's learned and grown, as have I. But then, I don't know. That's why I think it's so much harder for people your age, because you guys can see exactly what's lacking. Whereas when I was your age, I didn't even know what wasn't there. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like I've definitely we've had this fabric before. It's beautiful. It's really nice with the tencel. It's like the perfect blue.
Yes.
I know 52 years is absolutely crazy. Good for you, Jacqueline.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like I definitely have a situation in my life where there is definitely an experience I've had where I feel like somebody I've known who I thought could be that person, really out of a lot of the people that
needed descriptions because they were wabi sabi. So I will change that tonight.
Why don't you say that again for our lovely ladies on Facebook and
ladies
YouTube?
on Facebook and Instagram, or Facebook and YouTube, thanks for sticking around. So as I was putting a Ziska bead into this tunic length caftan, I realized that it does not have slits, which made me ask, why is that? And then I realized it's because even though moving forward, every new piece we make will have slits, these were all pieces that were made before, and just hadn't been shipped to us. So I will make the changes online to indicate which have slits and which ones don't have slits by the end of today. I'll tag them and then I'll go home and switch them.
So I was telling Priya that I had literally put this battery into charge for like the last live. So that's what I do. I charge the battery in the last live and then I keep it in my bag so that the next time I need to use it, it's available. And then I put in the batteries and it's literally at 10%. And I'm like, but it's never been used.
This is a beautiful tea. Now, you were telling a very interesting story. I was quite enjoying it.
Oh, yeah, I was telling an interesting story. Yeah, like I have been in a situation, I will be very vague about this, where I was and maybe am still very much in love with somebody, but I just feel like there is so much growth that both of us had to do that, it really threw me for a loop, going on this whole journey, kind of learning more about myself, trying to move forward. and trying to really test for myself whether my attachment style was the reason why I was so attached to this person.
Every time you say that you were kind of in love with this person, I always think, were you in love with this person, or were you in love with the idea of this person? Which felt some sort of a need in you to be a caregiver.
That's what I thought. I still thought that. And I worked very hard to not think that way and to actually understand why I have, an anxious attachment style because of my childhood experiences, et cetera, et cetera. And then I still couldn't help but ignore the fact, or like I didn't realize. Not even acknowledge, but I think I'm trying to put the sentence together, but I'm not able to put it together in a way. Like, I think I realized I was subconsciously ignoring my feelings and pushing them down because I was trying to teach myself this is what it is. But once I had taught myself that's what it is, I still couldn't shake the fact that I felt like I was comparing people around me to this person.
I know. And
so
one
now,
day I hope you are able to resolve this.
I really do.
Because I do as well. I don't think that this person has demonstrated.
No, that's the problem, right?
The attributes that would make this person good. What this person is someone who's very similar to other people, males in your life,
who have breadcrumbed and suffered. Yes.
And so I feel like you're like, oh, this feels so familiar, and in the unhealthiest way possible.
And that's the thing, is that I'm telling myself all those things, and I'm teaching myself all of those things. So I kind of have decided, now that I am more single and I have gone on this journey and been in a relationship and work through this, that I need to just take some time for myself.
Yes.
And not do anything serious.
Right.
So, yeah.
And, and as soon as you commit to that, like fully commit to that, the right person will show up. Because that's what happens.
CFA Christine asks, is the blue floral tunic you had on soft?
CFA Christine is Christine.
Christine Akelin.
Yes.
Oh, Christine. She asked if that blue floral tunic you had on was
soft. This one is like butter. This is butter. It's butter in the guise of silk. And look how beautiful, like it's exactly done.
So Jacqueline says, thanks everyone. Jacqueline Webster. She says, I would say the key is is that we talk about everything. Yeah. I let him know when I'm not pleased, especially when we had 4 boys and he was forgetting that he was a parent too. Yeah. I feel like that's something I've learned as well, is that I really need to be with someone where I can have a conversation with them about everything, even if it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's something I heavily lacked in my previous relationships.
I feel like I have that with Goat. Like, in that same Lorelai teacher holding forth kind of a way, I would be like, that made me feel very uncomfortable when that thing happened 3 days ago, and I have taken some time to moderate my emotions. But now that I'm feeling quite moderated, are you ready to talk about this thing? And he's like, I don't even have a recollection of it. I'm like, great, sounds like you're ready. Let's sit down and talk until I feel better.
But I feel like that's more of a reflection of you.
It is, but he puts up with it.
He does put up with it.
And he's also, I figure I'm modeling good communication. So hopefully when he has an issue, he'll know that I will hold space for it, which I do. Don't make that face. I do.
No.
I do.
No, I think it's just kind of interesting because like you still have to model it for him.
Yes. And this is where I was saying, if you think you're going to find somebody who's already perfect, I don't know that exists. I think if he knew how, I think if he knew how to communicate better and he had better skills and he had them modeled for him as a child, I think he would rather be that person. Mm-hmm. It's his brain is already so wired to go into certain habits. And the fact that he's able now at his age, he's close to 60, to catch himself and go, oh, I'm following that thought pattern again, and no good will come of that, and I need to reassess. I mean, that's growth, but he's a good guy, right? Overall, you've met him. He's a good guy.
I actually do think that, unlike a lot of men in his generation, Goat has done the hard work to at least try.
He really tries.
And I think what he realizes, and what he realized, especially with this has slits.
Oh yeah, some of them do, some of them don't.
Okay.
That's why I have to go through and change.
Especially with some of the relationship, like with some of the history you guys have had in your marriage. Like, I think that he has really gone through enough, but at least stood very true to the fact and like knew this was a fact that he was never going to have anyone like you in his life.
No. And he, you were talking about how when you wore that dress in Montreal and how the guys you were with, your friends, were kind of like, ugh, you're so dressed. So it reminded me today, I was thinking, because I think after we have conversations, I think about
That's great.
That's what I do. So when I was younger than you, Goat and I went, this is so beautiful and so soft. It's grays and blacks. Grays and blacks mostly. So yeah, we went to Montreal together when we were dating, and I very specifically remember this trip because I went to Goat's parents' house, and I was in law school at the time, and I was wearing little shorts that were cut off, and a t-shirt, as one did in the 90s. And his mom took me aside and said, "Please do not wear shorts that short in front of Goat's dad." And I'm like, "But why?" And she's like, so
knowing Daddy Ma, that makes perfect sense.
well, I guess because her generation, it was just considered forward, right? And
yeah, like even my parents have lots of comments like that.
Well, it's just, but where that comes from is the place of not being able to trust a man to keep his thoughts pure. That you don't, which, as we all know from stories of rape, it has nothing to do with what a person's wearing. It has everything to do with the other person's mindset. Anyways, so on this trip, we went to Montreal, and I found this dress there. This ties into your story. So the dress was probably maybe this length all the way around. It was a little bit fitted through here, and it was flare, and it was like a royal blue, and then it had tie-dye patches in it that were like pinks, greens, reds, like little blotches of these tie-dyes, and I really loved it. And it was not what the people were wearing in the 90s. Like, this was a really out there. I found it in Montreal.
But that's so cool.
It was so cool. So he bought it for me. It was like one of the first things he bought for me. And then later we went out to a bar with his friends who were all like Ottawa people. And I wore that dress with shocking neon pink tights. And
that's so fun though.
I know, but I was the brightest thing in that room. I may as well have been a neon sign
that said, "I'm Priya."
And Goat never even paused for a second. Didn't bat an eye. And everybody was like, "Wow, I love what you're wearing." And he didn't care. He was just proud to have me happy. He just was happy that I was happy. So,
I will say, as a compliment to my relationships, the people I have dated, is that they have also never batted an eye with anything I've worn. They've been like, "That's great. Actually, you know what? Go crazier."
There are some long comments I'm seeing.
There are. Michelle says, "Would you want someone perfect, even what you think is perfect for you? Goodness knows I don't. And we've been married for 37 years, still learning, changing, growing, but mostly laughing." Yeah. And I think that's what the difference is that I don't personally think that it really matters if a person is perfect. It's a person who's willing to try,
learn and grow.
Yeah.
Be open-minded, recognize that we're all on a journey.
Yeah. And recognize their own, like, not to have so much ego about their own beliefs. Like, their beliefs aren't the only truth that exists in this world. And the second that they understand that, then it's easier to build a relationship. I don't think that people have to be exactly the same to be in a very good marriage. They just have to want each other.
Yes. And I think it's that what you were saying kind of fits in with something I've come to learn, is that we are not our thoughts and we are not our beliefs. And if you meet somebody who's able already to make that distinction between themselves and their emotions, themselves and their beliefs, then they're able, if this is their beliefs, they're able to stand here and examine that belief. And
exactly.
Go, that's not working for me.
Yeah.
Anymore. But to get to that point where, you can step back and recognize that this is a thing you own. It's your belief. It's not you. Then you can cast it aside and come up with a new one. And it's that transition is really, really hard for people. And, when you go through traumatic events in your life, you are forced, it breaks you down. Well,
because that's exactly it, right? Yeah. It breaks you down to the point where you have no choice but to re-examine those beliefs. Yes. Otherwise, you start to have really unhealthy coping mechanisms.
That's right. Yes. And so, you're saying you'd like a guy who's already at that point where he's able to recognize the difference between himself and his actions, himself and his beliefs, himself and the thing, because then there's that room to grow. But going back to that point, who was it who said that their partner is like their new person. They're always laughing and learning together.
That was Michelle.
So Michelle, I actually said the exact same thing to Shafali yesterday because she was asking how long Gordon and I have been married, and I was saying it's been a really long time, but we are not at all the people we were when we got married.
Well, you said we're different people every day, which is something I've heard.
People every day, and which is why it's not boring. We're both learning and growing and adapting and sharing and talking about things, and we've been together for so long that I'll be like today. He was really upset about his computer. Again,
classic ghost.
And he called me. It was so funny. He calls me and he goes, "Hey, how are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, he knows I'm sick. This is so sweet." I'm like, "Well, I'm just drinking some mullen tea." He goes, "This stupid Waze on my phone. It's not and I'm pressing these buttons. And where's that button? Where's that button?" And I'm like, "Okay, so the button should actually be on the bottom right-hand corner. It's not there." And I'm like, "I think your phone is in CarPlay mode. How am I supposed to know that?" I'm like, "By making mistakes and figuring it out. That's how people do it." And he goes, "There should be a little prompt that comes up and says, the reason you can't tap any buttons is because you're in CarPlay mode." I said, "You're very right. That's so true."
Amazing. So true.
Yeah, it was so funny. So then he came home and then he got upset about something else. And I said, "Hey, friend, I've noticed you're a little on edge lately." And he's like, "Well, it's work and the computer." I'm like, "Work and the computer have not really changed all that much, so you might want to delve deep and figure out what it is that's actually making you feel this way, that you're so upset about silly things." And in the past, he would have gotten kind of defensive. And he kind of went, "Wah." Which I think means you could be right, but I'm not there yet. So we're just going to hold space and hold lots of space for that.
But I will say, Goat has gotten really good at dealing with that. Yeah. Because it does frustrate him. I think also he kind of is like, he's very much somebody who is like, I did this, so therefore what I did has to be met with success because I did the successful thing.
I did all the things right. How come it's not
working?
Yeah. I'm like, because that's life.
It just happens.
It just happens. It's not a reflection of you.
Rhonda said, if nothing else, willingness for self-reflection, regardless of where they are on that path, is important.
Yeah, I think so too. And communication. The ability to communicate. And now there are so many books on the subject. I mean, there was nothing when I got married. But if you're looking for ways to work on a relationship, as long as both of you are kind of saying, "I want this to be my happy place," how do we get there? Like there's even Instagram, like that guy that I keep directing you to, Jimmy on Relationships.
Oh, I think I follow him.
That guy's great.
Yeah, he's really good.
If you guys ever want to, he's funny and he knows what he's talking about. It's called Jimmy on Relationships. Amazing guy. And fun to watch too. Love it. So I can't believe these are all Wabi Sabi. They are so beautiful.
They're so beautiful.
What time is it, my dear?
9:42.
Oh gosh. Okay, and I've been moving really fast.
I think it's just, it's the last sneak peek before Sunday. I think we can take a bit of time. I feel like the ladies are watching.
It's bold, like Hawaiian shirt bold. But I kind of think
I love it. It's Tarocco.
It would go with Tarocco.
Guys, Tarocco never misses. That would be beautiful.
I'm going to end up getting Tarocco as well. Why don't I just trust you from day one? I don't know.
There's something about this color, friends.
It is a nice color.
And you know what? It's not too Christmassy because it's not a warm leaf green.
No.
So you can get away with it. Yeah.
So these are midi lengths. And these ones, none of these should have slits.
Absolutely none.
None, because we've never switched them.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. Love that.
Really
so this is a dark brown. It looks like an aubergine, but it's a dark brown. And this one here, that's the back. That's the front. Very soft, like butter.
Yeah, I remember a while ago I had this conversation with Priya of partnerships and what different partnerships can look like in my life. And so I am choosing to, I think some people might consider this a bit too dipping your toes in two different sands, but I also think that, if somebody is claiming to me that they're mature, I will treat them as mature until otherwise, and then go, "Hey, friends."
Yeah, remember you said you were mature.
Remember you said that?
Did you see that list of questions I sent you on Instagram?
Yeah.
What did you think of them?
you know what it is? I think that it reminds me very much of my dear friend who I love very much, Akash. Akash is the kind of person to ask those questions right off the bat.
So I know there's this guy, Matthew Hussey, who talks about dating and relationships.
His last name is Hussey?
His last name is Hussey, and he's British. And apparently everybody who's dating knows about him. So you better find out about him. Matthew Hussey.
That's the person I choose not to find out about.
So it was a similar post, but it was a woman who was saying, if you want to find out kind of on the sly whether the person you're dating is actually going to be capable of growth, ask these 6 questions. And each one, like one of them is like, what's the biggest mistake you ever made? And she says, like, if they kind of say, oh, I never make mistakes, red flag. Or if they're like, defensive, red flag. And she goes, like, they're kind of open-ended questions, but you can kind of tell from the response what's going to trigger this person. And because they're innocuous questions.
Yeah.
Really, nobody should be triggered by these questions. And if they are,
that's not the one for you?
That's not the one for you. So this is all embroidery in here. Nothing like a WABI SABI baby doll dress. Ooh, so pretty.
I've also learned to pick up on what people say, like when they have conversation with you, especially like when somebody asks you about your day-to-day. Like in a day-to-day, what are you doing? Oh, what are you up to today? Oh, yeah, I have this and this and this, and then I got to do this. Oh, that's great. And I can kind of learn from that, what is it that you do every day? Is it something that you're doing for yourself? Are you trying to figure things out? What's the kind of lifestyle that you're living? And I think that's also something I've learned is really important because I've kind of looked the other way when it came to lifestyle.
Yeah.
More than personality. Personality I've always looked at very seriously because this is a situation. I was pointing at myself, guys.
This is beautiful.
That's
what you meant. Gorgeous. This is a situation.
That is also a situation.
This is too beautiful.
The best kind of situation. Can we see the blue purple one on? Asked Morag. And Backyard Studio says it's so pretty.
This one, because is this the one?
Is this the one, Morag? So Priya, what do you think I should look for in a person to date?
Well, you've heard my story about goat. And the toilet seat?
Oh, yeah, the toilet seat. No, but like for me, you know me, a little, a tad.
I would say...
She said no, not that one.
Okay. I would say somebody who is interesting and exciting and so filled with the joy of their own complete life and who wants to bring you into it, share it. And hold space for you, because you are the kind of person who's doing things and very excited and passionate about your life, and for someone to be passionate about their life as well would be exciting for you to share their passion, for them to hold space for your passion, and then also for you two to have a safe space together. But I think somebody who is emotionally needy is just going to trigger you back into your caretaking mode.
Yeah.
And you do a lot of caretaking it's not your job.
Yeah. And she said this one.
So good.
The pale lavender one. Yes. Yeah, I do. Like, I actually don't care if they have a similar career to me. What I do care for is that they have like a life of their own.
Yeah, passion to do something.
And then like they have things that they like to do every day. They have their routine. They like their routine. And they also can hold space for the fact that I provide something in their life that they probably wouldn't get if they were just in their own life, right?
Yeah.
Just as they would provide something in my life for me that I wouldn't usually have.
Yeah. And I spent some more time thinking today, and I was thinking about how...
You did a lot of thinking today, Priya.
I do a lot of thinking all the time. I just don't usually have a platform to share it with. I usually share it with myself. So I was thinking about how one of the things that I had wanted to do when I was thinking
could you try on that dark blue one as well? Rhonda did want you to try that on, and then you took it out, and then she said, I'll live. And no, Rhonda. You will not live.
I love this. Honestly, the way that it looks with my skin, like normal face, fabulous face. Normal, fabulous. I'm going to change the subject briefly.
Yeah.
So I found this thing that popped up on my Facebook, and Carolyn is also following it. I'll have to find it again. but it was this app. It wasn't even an app. Okay, I'm going to have to describe this to you. This is important, which is why I'm going to spend time on it. So for those of you who are like, I'm not sure whether I'm warm summer, cool summer, winter, spring, fall, whatever, and I never know what colors suit me. So what they're selling are these little cards that are the size of a credit card, and they're clear. And then on these cards are little dabs of paint in all the colors that suit you based on what your season is. And then because it's a clear card, you can take this clear card and lay it over top of something that you're interested in buying and see if it is that color or if it isn't that color. And online, you can take this card and put it on your computer screen and see if it's your color or not your color.
Computer screens are less reliant because of your
It's less
screen.
reliable, but it's still
That's pretty good.
better than before.
Yeah.
And so then I thought, yeah, well, that's great, except what if you don't know what season you are? They had solved this problem. So what it was, and I will share it with you guys when I find it again. I'll put it in the swap and sell. So what they had was a formula. They said, take a picture of your face up to here in a north-facing window in daylight. And then it said exactly what prompt you have to give to AI. And it like basically the center of my forehead, on the tip of my nose, at the bottom of my chin, my lips, my eyes, and to turn those colors into hex colors, like the actual
the hex colors, yeah.
hex color. It's like a formula, not a formula, but a numerical designation for a color. And then you take that information and you say, based on those hex codes and on this formula, what season am I? And it will tell you what season you are. Is it flawless? No. Is it a great way to start for free? Yes. And those cards are only $25 each. So if you're someone who's like, I think if you're a winter, you're pretty much, your jewel tones, but I think if you're a spring or a fall, those ones are tougher. Right? Summer and winter are pretty easy.
Yeah. So for these two not caftans, baby dolls, could you talk about the colors in this baby doll and also the colors in the baby doll that Morag was interested in?
Yes, totally. I'm just gonna take your okay. This is a cobalt blue. In here, we have it's a teal green, definitely leaning more towards green than teal. This color here is an olive green leaning towards ochre. This color here, I want to say it's honeycomb. It's a greeny ochre here. This is koi. It's a true rust. Did your phone go again? So those are all the colors that are in here. So oranges, greens, and then that's a teal in there.
So Morag asked, is it a blue green in there? What are the colors in this one? So
I think I've said what this one is, and let me try it.
Morag said winter color blue. Margaret says, I use an app called Dressica and it seems to work really well.
Well, that's a good one.
Jackie said too much theory just to get out there.
Yeah.
Backyard Studios, I think it's Carolyn. Carolyn says, yes, those are so neat, but I don't know where I saw it either. And Margaret said, also, as you age, your skin changes, and if you change your hair color, it will also change. We find a lot of ladies come once they've grayed, and they're like, I don't know.
I don't know what to wear anymore. That's so true. So the colors in this is a sky blue, but it does, like, this is all sky blue, actually. Right here, you get into a bit of a teal, almost like Tiffany blue in here, but this is sky blue. This is sky blue. This is a darker sky blue. In here, you have a true green, a true mid-tone green. Here, you have the chartreuse tones, like a leaf wing green. This is a purple, definitely a purple with reddish undertones, but not a magenta. And is there any color I've missed? Teal, navy. That's it. Excuse me.
So true color season doesn't change when your hair is changed.
Well, that does make sense. Like, I know I'm a cool winter, and I could see even if because the colors that suit me are like a deep bluey red and that blue, that cobalt blue were my two top colors. And I actually had mine done when I was 14, and I know it's still right. And I can imagine even if I had gray hair.
It'd be pretty close.
Yeah, because it would really set off my skin, right? It's your hair just accents it.
Yeah.
I feel like if I did go gray, I'd have to get really bold glasses, though. I'd have to like Crazy glasses.
With the P on the side.
With the P
Take
on
it
the side.
back. Yeah.
Okay. I showed all of these. Were there any other ones that needed to be seen again?
No. I think. Sorry, guys. I think that those are the ones that people had asked about.
So can't look soft. They are. It's so soft. Ooh, look at this with the sparkles. Oh, those are all sequins. And it is a deep wine. And then that's all sequins there.
I attempted to have my cook. Michelle, I'm not sure. Please let me know.
My color's done? Maybe
maybe it's my colors to done, yeah.
Look at that. And this is all embroidered.
Really?
That's hand embroidered. All here is
It's hand embroidered?
Yeah, you can see it. That's all by hand.
No.
Well, this part is. This is hand. This might be machine.
That's machine. Let's see. Sorry.
It's just this camera is. That looks like hand.
No, I think it's machine.
Is it machine?
It's too fine. This is just starting to slightly unravel, which is probably why it's also been wabied, but
yeah,
it's machine. It's really nice though.
It's so beautiful.
And actually, there was a time where people would do that by hand.
It's like a ribbon. It's beautiful.
It's stunning.
And then these little bits of red in here. This is such a pretty, pretty piece.
Ooh.
Ooh. Wow. I can't believe these are all wabis.
Sorry, colors done many times as a young woman, but I could never figure it out.
Oh.
I don't even know what my colors would be.
That's actually really interesting because I don't think you and I are the same colors.
No.
No, because I have so much yellow in my skin.
I'm more olive.
Well, red too.
Yeah, I'm olive. Yeah, like I'm a neutral.
You are a neutral.
I feel like when you're a darker brown person, you're either a neutral or an olive neutral.
Yeah. I don't know. We could use the app. I mean, there's no cost to using the AI. Well, environmentally there is, but financially in the moment, there is no cost to taking that prompt and putting it through.
Yes, I'm sure they do a so much better job these days. How does the baby doll look with Tarako, the lavender baby doll? Oh, I think that'd be really sweet with Tarako.
Oh, is that surprising that you think would be great with Tarako?
Yeah, it's obviously not surprising.
This one?
Yeah. I think it'd be really sweet.
You know I'm going to get Tarako now, because if I don't, I'm going to
it's going to be another Grenache.
It will be. And like all the time, I regret Grenache.
I know it hurts you. Like Mourvedre, why did you get Mourvedre?
Why didn't I get
Or Digitalis? Looks really good.
Probably Mourvedre even more so than Digitalis. Because Digitalis is more this color.
Christine asks, is everything released for the preview?
Should be. Let us know if you don't see something.
There might be one or two pieces that we're still releasing tomorrow.
No, I don't think so. Everything is done. Oh, there's one piece. No, I don't think that's preview. Like, I don't think that's...
It's not been drafted still? I thought I had
to... Is it from the new collection?
Yeah.
Okay, there's one piece.
Yeah, one piece. So basically everything, yes.
Yeah.
It's funny. There's some people who are like, some of the ladies are saying, get your colors done. Other ladies are saying, I'm not sure. Whoa!
This is all French knots.
Is this ponchos?
This is, these are Wabi Sabi ponchos. So there are
Wabi Sabi ponchos. Sabina, there are Wabi Sabi ponchos.
There's no label for them. They're not labeled, guys. They're under kimono sleeve top. Are they kimono sleeve tops? They're kimono sleeve tops.
Guys, psych!
Psych.
Joke's on you.
They're under the heading kimono sleeve tops. So these are kimono sleeve tops. So these are all French knots through here, which are definitely done by hand. This is also French knots through here and through here. And through here. My God, this is beautiful. This is a work of art.
Why don't we figure this out for Morag? Jane says looks good. Yes. Morag says I love Verbena, but I'm not sure how I feel about purple pants, and that's saying something for me. Oh my God, Corey, I was gonna say the same thing.
What did she
Morag
say?
said if you did the yellow, you can do the purple. And I was going to say, if you want Morag, you should have the purple pants, and then you should do the same brights that you do on top, especially with yellows, because it would look really good with that contrast.
I'm sorry, I'm untangling Christmas lights here.
So it would be really good. And Michelle says, Morag, me too, but I'm color shy on the bottom. Don't be color shy on the bottom, guys. Be bold.
I have lost all my color shyness. I look back like color shame, where I hesitated to put things together because I thought they were too much. I no longer care. Like I literally, it doesn't even twig in my brain.
Cross your mind, right?
It doesn't even cross my mind. I'm like, oh, look at that bright yellow with the orange. I'm in. That's all I think. I literally have stopped caring. And I think it's because we have this community. And I'm like, I know that there's a bunch of ladies out there who would like this. So
Morag said, I have orange and coral and pink and digitalis. And you don't want purple? Well, you have digitalis, Morag. You have digitalis.
Okay, literally? I just need to shake them.
Sometimes you got to shake something loose to let it go.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
There's little sparkles in there, guys. All the way through it, actually. There's little rhinestones.
You know, it's funny. I'm like thinking more about the conversation we've had in this live.
Yeah.
Especially about this person we shall not name as my toxic cycle.
Yes, it is your toxic cycle.
And I think that I actually am very grateful in a way for it, because it has really propelled me to pursue my career with such a vengeance. So
I actually just read something about that today. It was this, it's an Instagram page.
Oh,
I know. Oh.
No.
Wait.
Turn that one around again. No, the stripy one.
Whoa. Okay. So I was watching this Instagram page called The Daily Stoic. That's beautiful. And so I read it. It was like a whole thing. It might not have even been The Daily Stoic, but it was about stoicism in everyday life. And he was saying about Taylor Swift, how what happened to Taylor Swift when she lost her masters because of Scotty, what was that guy's name?
Well, it was
Braun, some silly name Braun.
Because of a man.
Because of that guy. So, and then, as a result, she ended up re-releasing all of her music, which enabled her to take songs from 1989 and play them for people who hadn't even been born yet, right? And suddenly develop this whole new audience for songs that were long outdated. And it's because of that she was able to become one of these huge pop stars and hold the Eras Tour, which, shook the globe. But he said it was because shit happened. Like horrible shit happened. And it really threw her for a loop, and she had a choice. Do I let this, stop me? Or do I say, okay, I build on this terrible thing and let it make me better? Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what you're saying, right? This disappointment has helped you to refocus your life in a way that probably is going to make things better.
Yeah. And you know what? I've had heartbreak in lots of different ways in my life, not just romantically. And it's all propelled me into a lifestyle that other people say to me they couldn't even imagine having, but they kind of like they idealize that they do, if you know what I mean. Like
that they wish they could.
Yeah, because of the kind of opportunities we've had. Like I can actually tell people I've been on TV.
Yeah.
Like more than twice.
Yeah.
And like I've done interviews and I've done fashion shows and like, I've done creative things. I've pursued my interests in a very like real way.
Yeah.
And that's not something that a lot of people can say that they had the chance to do, because they didn't have anything that forced them to push themselves in this direction. Yeah.
No, it's true. Nothing like misfortune to propel you.
I think that lace wing, like a pop of color at the bottom, would be really nice with this.
I was thinking, matching me. I was just going to see if it matched any of the colors that we're getting.
I think any pop of color with this would be
so
awesome.
That's Echo. And the other one I want to
Kelp?
No, it's not going to be Kelp. That's too blue. So Echo is the closest, and then pop of color, any of them. Oh. Maybe even.
That's nice.
Yeah. That's where it was at.
Corey said the yellow pants were bold. The purples are lovely. You can do it. They're on my wish list. Morag said yes. Digitalis and grape are my two purples. And then Sabina asked, which style is more versatile, poncho or kimono sleeve? I would say with a confidence, a poncho.
Poncho.
Ooh, that looks like temple art.
It's gorgeous, and it's all embroidered. So when we start with the kimono sleeve top was one of our first styles, and then later when I created the poncho, it's basically the kimono sleeve top with this not sewn together. Here, it's exactly 100% the same shape and everything.
It just doesn't have a seam.
It just doesn't have a seam there. And so when I started making the poncho, I discontinued the kimono sleeve top because I thought, well, who's going to buy a kimono sleeve top if you can get a poncho and you get the poncho and the kimono sleeve top? But the reason that people like the kimono sleeve top and the reason that I brought it back is that the kimono sleeve top functions as a top. You can literally throw it on and it's your t-shirt. Whereas the poncho, if you were to put it on, you end up seeing a lot more. Like, it's hard to keep this all together, and so you see through it. So it can be a top, but it's not perfectly a top. I hope that answers your question.
So I have to laugh because Sabina says, I have only dipped my toes into sorry, not sorry. Aww. And then Rhonda said, I'm knee deep at least. Come on in. The water's warm.
Water's fine.
And Margaret says, you know you wanna. And Corey says, LOL, I'm in over my head.
Ooh. Didn't we have another one in this fabric? We did. I think it was
yes, we did, yes. But yeah, you know, I actually am very grateful for this huge heartbreak that has happened to me in my life, because I don't think it would have forced me to really reconcile and like focus on myself so aggressively.
Yeah.
Because I did a very crazy thing, guys.
You want to share?
Why don't you share?
My share.
Well, you said it reminded you a lot of something you would do.
Well, no, something that I that happened to me actually, and I don't know if I've shared it with you guys before. But it definitely threw me for a loop, and it made me have to reassess what was important to me and what my values are. And I think that's when it really firmed up for me that my values are extremely important.
Yeah.
Like they define me. So about 25 or 26 years ago, my sister and her husband sued us, my husband and me. And it was over a silly thing. And I think it probably had a lot more to do with insecurity. Like, it was not the kind of, there was no reason to do it. It's like the equivalent, the way I describe it to somebody is like, let's say you went to your friend's house and you slipped and fell on their front porch because even though they had salted it, there was still a little bit of ice, and then you sued them for $1 million. Like, yes, I guess, but do you really want to do that to your friend? You clearly did try to salt it.
I think at that point it's a value system. It's kind of like with this company, right? It's a value system.
It's a value system, and so I had a really hard time with that, and I expected that my parents would unequivocally say to my sister, that's not how we treat each other in this family. I understand that you guys have a disagreement. I understand all these things, but in this family, we sit and we talk and we sort it out. And that didn't happen. And at the time, my kids were really young, and I was shocked because I said, if I see two of my three girls going at it, you know, pulling each other's hair, kicking each other, I am not going to pick sides. I am going to separate them, put them in different sides of the room, and say, you two need to sort this out. Like, this is unacceptable. I will not allow it. And you're going to fix it. And I had been grown up, I had been raised to believe that that was our family values, that no matter what, we stuck together as a family. We were codependent, we were Indian, we had collectivistic mentality. I thought that was the rule. And it wasn't until that happened that I realized these beliefs that I held, where I was taught that family is everything beyond, you know, everything, that we stick together, that we support each other, that it wasn't really true. It was just what was comfortable to say. And that's when my world shattered. And I had to really reassess, my values and what I think is important of doing the right thing and not letting it be about money, but making it about people, making it about caring, making it about problem solving, conflict resolution, looking deeper into what the issues are, not just, fighting. I use this expression with Chipotle all the time. When people fight about whether they like or don't like the dining room chairs, it's not about the chairs. It's about something else, and the chairs are the representation.
Exactly. It's never about the chairs.
Never about the chairs. So yeah, that was what broke me down. Because it made me have to rethink every single belief I held. And it's funny because when I met Goat, I was telling you this yesterday as well. I had a t-shirt from the Body Shop and it said in big red letters 1991, and then over top of it it said, re-examine all you've been told, dismiss what insults your soul. And I feel like I actually have been doing that my whole life, is re-examining all of these beliefs and finally separating myself from them and saying, oh, that's not me, that's a belief. And is that belief still serving me? No. So yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what you reminded me of.
I think it reminds me of the fact, and it also reaffirms with me that I feel like that's why Priya and I get along so well as well. I think we both have shown that we have very true senses of selves, that even though everything around us confused us about who we were, we somehow knew that it wasn't us.
No. Yeah.
We somehow knew it was just the experiences around us. And that was kind of the experience I had even with my family. I just knew that all this dysfunction that was happening wasn't actually me. It was something that I was born into.
Yeah. And that you might have actually been the voice of reason.
Exactly.
But nobody was in a place to hold space for that because it would have toppled their sense of self.
And I was also a child.
That too. But I think people will do anything to protect. My sister-in-law once told me, I said, maybe you should go to therapy. And she said, I want you to imagine a china cabinet that is filled with china. And it's like stacked and things are like almost about to fall out and someone has slammed the door shut. And she goes, if I went to therapy, it would be like opening up that china cabinet. Every single thing
would shatter.
And people who are hesitant to self-examine, I think they are afraid that if that china falls out of the cabinet, there will be nothing left. And what they don't realize
is that the cabinet still exists.
The cabinet still
exists. Just buy new china.
You can get new china. Exactly. Get new china. Yeah. That china's not serving you anyways. You can't even get to it.
It was probably super old and out of style.
But you don't think that way. We're actually wired to think that our survival depends on whatever.
Sticking to our guns. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not true. And that's why I said these are boxy tops. If you find somebody who's able to separate their beliefs from them, you're going to actually be able to learn and grow together.
I love that boxy top in the front.
Yeah, that's beautiful. This is so fun.
Is it a crepe or is it?
It's a crepe and it is unbelievably soft.
Okay.
So soft.
Hopefully nobody buys the dirty sneak peek. I know. That's what I liked about it. It's perfect. Imagine that with the blue side of my Jiva jacket.
Look at the Monday, Tuesday, the one on here.
So if it's still here, it might be mine.
Wow. And it's a WABI SABI.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about some deep subjects for a sneaky peek day.
There's a lot of great comments.
Okay, I'd love to hear
that. Thank you for sharing this, Priya. It's so important, says Rhonda. Sabina says, wow, Priya, sorry you had to go through that with your sister. Thank you for sharing. Rhonda says, meeting a friend to go swimming. How great will be so. And Morag says, get new china.
Get new.
Rhonda says, paint the cabinet. Move the cabinet.
Do whatever you want.
And I agree, Morag. That box top is so me. But I do think that, I've always had to ask myself those same questions because the way I was brought up, I really very much was told that I was the problem. And I think that, maybe adults believe that that is more of an insulting thing that you can get over to toughen you. But when you're like
definitely Indian, South Asian family, try to toughen you up with tough love.
But, when you're 7 years old and that's the only thing you've been told, it's very different. And so I had this huge belief system and I didn't really find even purpose or value in my life until I started dawning when I was in my undergrad. And my life, my entire personality was around this job that I had. But I also realized once I got into the job more seriously and I was graduating that it was no longer serving me. And I was thrown for a loop. Wow, that's beautiful.
Well, wasn't it because it was during COVID and they weren't looking after you guys properly?
Yeah. And it really threw me for a loop because so much of my values went into this job and I really aligned my values with this job. And then I realized that these values were, oh my God, I have the shrug for that.
This is so sparkly.
It's so beautiful.
And it's satin.
Oh my God. And it's wabi?
And it's wabi. Oh, I will trust.
Yeah, you should.
Okay, go ahead. Keep talking.
Fabulous. Yeah, so like it really threw me for a massive loop and I was going through so many changes and I didn't really have this kind of safe, emotionally safe space that I did now. I had what I had at the time to survive that situation. And I've just kind of had to learn that you have to let go of these things because eventually if they don't serve you and if the people around you are not willing to move forward, that's okay. That doesn't,
it's hard to recognize it's not personal, that they're just on their journey.
Yeah.
And their journey right now is to protect themselves from whatever growth scares them. And that was really hard for me to not take it personally. Like, didn't I matter enough? That?
Exactly.
And that one has bitten me in the butt so many times, that belief that didn't I matter enough? And what I realized is I do matter. But people are in survival mode for a number of different reasons. And they literally think they will die if they don't do whatever this thing is they believe they need to do. And it's not personal. It's sad for them.
It's really sad for them. It makes me feel sorry. I think this is very relevant to this cycle I have because it really makes me feel sorry for the people that have kind of moved away from me because they feel like I ask too many things of them that are just regular growth things,
you
right?
And I, and probably many of the women who watch this, are very clear-sighted, and because we see things that we think everybody else can see too, that this is a dress, and you're like, that's a dress, and I'm like, that's a dress,
and it's sparkly,
and we'd be like, yeah, that's sparkly dress, and other people go, that's not a dress. I refuse to believe it's dress. There's something wrong with you if you think that's a dress. And then we're like,
okay,
but it is. But it is. You're like, I don't understand why you need to be in denial about this because it's just a dress. But there are things that people just cannot allow themselves to believe.
Yeah.
They just can't. And you and I are both people where we see a thing and we're like, that's a thing. And we don't even think, pointing out that something is exactly what it is going to blow up somebody's brain. But it does. I have learned that it does.
And I have learned that as well. So I am just trying to move forward in my life in a different way. But it's hard.
It's hard. But
yeah.
Look how well you're doing.
Thank you.
Yes.
And it's thanks to that.
By so much love. And like you said, when you were talking about graduating, you're like, I don't have tickets for all the people who want to come and see me graduate.
I know.
How special is that?
I have I feel really lucky. I've really built a community of people in my life from all different aspects of my life. Like people who have known me for like almost 10 years now, versus people who have only known me with the Shefali that they know today. And so it's really cool to see them all going, okay, so when do we go to your graduation? And I'm like, but I only get 2 tickets, friends. So I don't know. It's really beautiful to build that life. And I also feel very proud of the fact that I did that myself. And I'm sure that, the people in my life who have a lot of things to say about me from my past can also acknowledge that I have done this myself, regardless of what they believe about me.
But ultimately, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because if they can't see it, that has nothing to do with you.
No, and that's true. But it is kind of a nice little FU situation.
Yes. If it makes you feel better, then great.
Of course, but, it's always good to feel. It always feels good to be the winner. But I also think that it's not about winning as much as it is about, just learning to be honest with yourself about what you need in life to be happy, like truly happy, not just this like superficial idea of I will find joy when my house looks like this and when my life looks like this. It's I will find joy when everything around me brings me joy.
Yeah.
Definitely armpit side.
definitely. This is really beautiful. And this is that same fabric of, the one that you said was like a temple. Do you know what style that was? Wasn't it?
It was a kimono sleeve top.
So we should try that on together. Time is it?
You don't want to know.
Oh no.
It's 10:19. But we have we have a few people watching.
I'm so sorry, guys. We're almost done though.
We have still like 30 people watching. Yeah. Yes, I am gonna have a grad party. I think Mira's also graduating at the same time.
We're gonna hold it at our house, and they're going to. Oh my God, this is too beautiful. We're gonna hold it at our house for them, and then they can invite all.
And then I told Mira that we have to do a recreation of our WAF, and then maybe I'll also tell her that we need to do valedictorian speeches. Wouldn't that be so silly? Yeah. Just want to thank everyone today for this amazing opportunity. Very nice.
It is actually.
It's beautiful. You should add a Prue necklace.
This one?
Yeah, for sure. Ha, we are all happily hanging. We're not sorry you're still on. Aw, guys. You're so sweet. Yeah, can you turn into the Prue pendants?
Yes. Maybe this one is the
It's the green one, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about life. And honestly, I didn't learn until I was 50. So the fact that you're learning all of this stuff so young, I'm so happy for you. You're going to be a lot more clear-headed and a lot less reactive than I was. And a lot less heartbroken. That's when you understand why people do what they do. It's not quite as heartbreaking.
It's interesting that you say that. I haven't told you this, but today I was having a conversation with a friend that knows this person. Okay. And I was telling them kind of my thoughts about the situation. And they just said, Shefali, they don't care about us. They don't care about us. And I just went, oh my God, you're so hurt, sweetie. You're so hurt, but it's, it's sad and it sucks, but like they're acting this way because this is why. And I actually understand why.
What's the they that doesn't care about us? You lost me a little bit there. Give me a hint.
Like it was, and
okay.
He said to me, Shefali, he doesn't care about us. Me and him. Yeah.
I get it now. I'm in. So this person doesn't care about you guys. No, this person probably does. He probably cares about you guys as much as he cares about himself, which is not much.
No, you know what I actually thought, because avoidance is kind of like this, is that he has a lot of feelings that he feels, but he doesn't want to face because it's so scary for him.
Well, because what if everything falls out of the China?
Exactly. And the China cabinet is so full that he's like, well, I don't want my China cabinet facing the sun. I need it to face the wall because that's the only way that the door will stay closed. Yeah.
And then I'll never have access to any of my China
ever again.
Beautiful things in my life, but I'll be safe. Yes.
But my China will be there.
My China will be safe, locked in its closet, not falling out. That's pretty. Black and white there.
But it was very interesting for me to see the kind of I'm worried about Priya's throat. Oh, she's okay. Yeah. She is. I have to punch in this. Yes. This is such a beautiful fabric. Mm-hmm. Also would look amazing with Tarocco. And then you have ambiguous Indian lady.
There she is.
Smiling away. You can be just as happy as her.
That's right. She's my bestie. We talk. Imagine if I just, hey, how's it going? I'm having a good day too.
I'll do that with my poncho. I'll stare in the mirror in class and I'll go, you're doing good.
Take my friend everywhere.
Everywhere I go.
Name her. Like you name your car. What's your car's name again?
Stacy Auntie.
Stacy Auntie.
Yeah. Well, she's a white car. I can't give her a brown name. It'd be a little funny.
So there is this Indian actress who was Miss Universe. Her name is Aishwarya Rai. And I sent this to Shefali. So Aishwarya Rai was the most beautiful woman in the world.
Yeah, she's
like literally. And she was just recently featured in a Paris Fashion Week fashion show.
Oh, right.
As a representative for L'Oreal. And she's got to be 50 something now.
She's like your age now.
She's my age. And ladies, she does not look beautiful anymore. And I feel like I can say this. It's not because she's aged. It's because her face is so full of plastic. She looks like she's wearing a mask. And I said to Shafali though, I'm like, if Miss Universe looks like this at 50, none of us stand a chance.
And then what was my response?
You said that she was full of plastic.
Yeah, basically. I said all the minimal filler you could do, as well as like all the expensive massages and face, like anything that you could do, she's doing.
Which is a pity. She's beautiful in and of herself.
I think if she aged, she would look stunning. Not gonna lie.
It just, somebody in one of their stories today, somebody who I follow, one of you guys had posted, I wish I were as fat now as I was when I thought I was fat 20 years ago. And it's true. You always just are your worst
critic.
And so I'm sure that, putting all of those fillers into her face, and it wasn't just like a little bit here and a little bit there. That face was a mask. It has to come from a place of feeling like not enough, right? Unless I put in fillers, I won't be enough.
It was Michelle who shared that.
Was that Michelle? I thought it was really clever. And it's true. It definitely resonated with me. So I was with Shafali. We were working on my husband's his Instagram, and so I had to look through old family pictures, and I came across this picture of me just randomly taken in 2014. And I think I just took like a selfie of myself because I put on a necklace and I wanted to see how it looked. And I was looking at that tiny face, and I'm like, I can't believe that was me a mere 11 years ago. And then I just felt old, fat, and ugly. And then I had to talk to myself. I had many thoughts. And then I realized this is how we all feel. It's letting go. It's that bittersweet sense of I used to be that person. And I loved that person. But I also love this person. But I kind of wish I could keep them all at the same time.
Well, it's growing up.
Yeah.
Right. I think that that's a big thing, is it's just aging and maturing and realizing that it's actually really okay to let go of who you were formerly, because who you are right now is also kind of incredible.
It is and it's
good but different.
Bittersweet.
Of course,
right?
Of course.
Because you kind of wish you could also be that. I wouldn't, if somebody said you could be that person, but you'd have to give up everything you've learned, not a chance.
No, I can't.
I won't. I will not. I refuse.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it have been nice to also have that, like a little switch that you could like, oh look, today I'm going to be 24-year-old me looking. Today I'm feeling like very wise. Today I will be 75. Like you just pop a switch.
But I also think that
we're done, man.
Yay! Pick your favorite piece.
Okay.
I also do think that I don't know if it would make a difference if you looked that way and went through life with the wisdom you had, because I don't think that society would understand you. You'd still be an outsider. You wouldn't have the same life and experience that you would have had. That's a good one. That you would have had when you were that age and in the mindset that you had. Yeah. Right? I do feel like you would still be ostracized. So it's better to just be who you are. And if you're choosing to be ostracized, well, then you're okay with that now, right?
It is hard. It's hard to look at those pictures. It's like that thing I was telling you that when I went to Sauble Beach and I actually had memories that were 30, 40 years old of me having my feet in that same water. And then you watch TV shows and you're like, they're like, what is that called when it's like a
flashback?
No. It's like those shows where they're set in an era, like Stranger Things. It's
period films?
They're not really a period film, but they are set in the 70s.
Oh, like yeah. They're right? like yeah.
And I'm like, they had to work.
They're like time capsules.
Kind of, yeah. And you think, oh yeah, I had a jacket like that. Oh yeah, that was the color of paint that we had. And they think that somebody actually had to research that and then go to thrift shops and find those things. And you're like, that was just my childhood. That's not old. That's not old, guys. No. Yeah, it's just quite a perception to have to love this with it.
People, so 2016, I was 16, and now there are like Gen Z, like younger Gen Z or Gen Alpha that are like, oh my God, throwback to 2016 aesthetics. And I was like, oh, I lived that in real life.
Now imagine if that number that they did was like 50 years earlier.
It's getting there.
Oh my God.
It'll get there.
Okay, ladies, we have kept you long. There's a big message there. Have we talked about it?
Yeah, no, she just sent this in, Margaret. Oh, Okay, I'm going to the phone.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, I got it. She said, our misogynistic society won't allow women to be anything other than their ideals. Yet men get gray, old, overweight, and they have no shame about presenting themselves in public.
True.
And Dale asks, is the sculptural fit across the bust the same as the self pocket?
Yes, now it does. Maybe
more.
Maybe even bigger.
Yeah. Because we did, what size does it go in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes up to 18 easily.
Oh, and Marilyn says, we aren't leaving until you're finished.
Did we miss any other messages?
Having kids in their 30s and 40s is sobering indeed. Oh yeah, Marg.
Yeah.
I can imagine. And your kids are getting there too.
Yeah.
Because Nisha's going to be 30.
Well, that's the other thing I've noticed. Like, so my kid, sorry guys, if you need to leave, you can leave. I don't know why we're all so chatting.
They're still chatting.
It's the Lorelei in me, I guess. But my kids are like, oh yeah, Mom, I think I'm getting acid reflux. Didn't that happen to you? And I'm like, yeah, but it happened to me when I had 3 kids. You're not old enough. And I'm like, oh wait, yes, actually you are technically, my eldest is almost the age I was when I had my 3rd child.
True.
Right?
And Mira is basically the age you were after you had.
How old is Mira?
25.
25. I got married at 24. I had Nisha at 26.
So I'm almost the age that you were when you had your first kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So, but when I look at that and I think of the ailments that my kids are getting, and they're like, oh yeah, I've got reflux, or oh yeah, I've got like this thing in the small of my back. And I'm like, you guys are too young to have like body problems. I'm like, oh, no, they're not. they're getting close to middle age.
Jacqueline Webster said, my oldest is 47. I'm old. And Margaret says, hope you don't stay too late with the tunic fix, RE slits, no slits. And Morak says, my oldest is 44.
Yeah, at some point we gotta just stop counting, guys. It's not right. It's not okay. Just no numbers. No more numbers. That's it. Done with numbers.
You know what, though? I kind of agree with Margaret. I feel like we're not given the space to age gracefully and actually be proud of the fact that we've lived through this. If we tell a man who looks like a silver fox, or, even like has a pot belly, and he says, oh, I'm 65, we'd be like, oh, 65, lived a life.
Yeah.
Look at the wisdom and growth this man has had. But then instead women are like this old hag. They're like this old, the witch from...
And still trying to fit in those fitted clothes. I still see women in their 50s who are wearing these fitted outfits. And I'm like, I know you're wearing Spanx, and I know you're not comfortable. Why are you doing this? Why?
Yeah. Carolyn says, mine is 33 and she's having a baby any day now. Congrats, Carolyn. And Corey says, a grandma to be. Congrats. And Marilyn said, we should be allowed to age as we see fit. I agree. I think that Marilyn is honestly a great example of that.
She's incredible.
Aging so gracefully. Yeah. And due date was October 1st. That's so great.
So definitely any day now.
Yes.
We should probably wrap this up because I did forget that I have to do all those tunics. I'm really glad you guys reminded me. Get to do that now. But we will see you again on Sunday. The sneak peek releases at 11 a.m. At 10:45, the website will get password protected. At 12, we will start doing a live from here at the store and show you pieces that you want to see, or show you pieces that we think are fun. Some of them may have sold because it sometimes takes us longer to pull them than it does. And anything else I should tell them?
We'll see you Sunday on live at 12 p.m. So we don't go live at 11, we go live at 12.
Yeah, the sale starts at 11, but we go live at 12. And actually there is one more thing. If you live close to Vaughan Mills, Shefali and I are going to be at Revolution Her in Vaughan Mills Shopping Center.
October 6th.
On the Monday.
Yeah.
This coming Monday evening from 7 till 9. They're doing an event there, and we'll also be there with pop-up.
Yes,
we forgot to advertise that.
Yes. That's mainly on me, guys. Just the exhaustion. All right, guys.
All right, take care. It's always wonderful to spend a Friday with you guys.
Have a great day. See you soon.